Yep, Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schulz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots Podcast, back for another week of brilliant idiotness. Hezekiah Walker.
Yes, sir. How are you?
How you feeling, man?
I like that shirt, man.
Hey, Martin.
Shout out to GOAT, Martin.
I went to go see Martin Saturday in Atlantic City. He was on Breakfast Club last week, and I happened to be in Atlantic City this weekend because of my daughter's cheerleading competition. And so he was performing Saturday night at the Hard Rock Cafe. They got the theater at the Hard Rock Cafe?
Yep.
Some type of arena or theater or something. Yep. So I went to go check out Martin.
How was Marty Marr?
Martin was good. You know what's so interesting? I didn't know what to expect, you know?
Yeah.
And he had, who was out? It was Daphne
Springs?
Is her last name Springs? Look up who performed with Martin. I know it's definitely Benji Brown. It was Benji Brown, and I know her name is Daphne. It's either Daphne or Daphne. She was funny as shit.
Benji used to open for Duval.
Duval, yeah. Daphne opened up. I think her last name was Springs, maybe. But she was funny as shit. She had this white dude behind me so mad. And it wasn't a race thing. He was just mad because she was on some woman shit.
Yeah, Daphne Springs. Yeah.
Daphne Springs.
She's at the Cellar. She's great, dude.
Hilarious.
She is hilarious.
She had a white dude behind me so mad.
Why, what happened?
His wife kept telling him to shut the fuck up. And he would not listen. Like, no, she's disgusting. She's disgusting.
Why? What do you mean? She's not even dirty like that.
Nah. I'm not going to say none of her jokes. But it was just like a lot. It was just good jokes, but it was about like women who... I can't do it without telling the joke.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it without telling the joke.
Check out D Springs. I think her name is D Springs. I can say this.
The pregnancy bit, Daphne, had that dude mad as a mother. Oh my God.
Make him mad.
Man, if he could call the police on you, he would.
Make him mad.
Why would somebody do it? Why would somebody do that? Why would you do that? I'm like, God, it's a joke, bro.
Make him mad.
Relax. And then Benji was funny as a motherfucker. And then Martin, man, I was pleasantly surprised because I didn't know what to expect from a Martin stand-up in 2025. Yeah. Martin did an hour and 15 minutes, bro.
Wow.
like for all these conversations people having about Martin health and everything, Martin did an hour and 15 minutes. And it's just Martin, like, man. He's 60 years old now, and he leans into that. He's not out there trying to be the young guy. He's talking about being 60 and what it feels like.
Best host of Def Comedy Jam back in the day.
Was there another host? I don't even remember another host.
That's how impactful.
I don't remember. But, you know, I like it because he sets the tone because they put up a 10-minute trailer, and it's literally just that. It's 10 minutes of Martin on Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
So it shows him hosting, shows him doing... It's a combination of him hosting Def Comedy Jam and his different stand-up specials. And you just like, damn, yo, this dude really...
Martin's the truth, man.
And then it flashes... After that plays, then it does like an intro that just kind of shows you his life. So it shows you like the movies and the TV show and everything. And you're like, yo, that's fucking Martin Lawrence. And then he just comes out there and he just... talks to you for an hour 15 minutes, but it's funny, those jokes and shit like that, and you know he's doing callbacks to like his characters and shit like that, and people are yelling characters they want him to do, and he's doing them from the stage. The shit was good. Then he sells merch. You see, I got the fucking Martin hoodie on right now.
That merch is fire.
I had to go get the Martin hoodie, but yeah, shout out to the GOAT Martin, man. Where does Martin rank?
Yo, it's so weird because he's one of those guys that I think Seinfeld is very similar, where the TV show is so impactful, you almost kind of like forget about the stand-up. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think the average person can remember like a Seinfeld special's name.
He did specials?
Exactly.
I really don't. I've never seen Seinfeld do specials.
Let me blow your mind.
He's a lot.
Before the TV show, he was one of the biggest comedians in America.
Really?
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, that's why he got the TV.
Obviously. Yeah. But like, we just don't like, sometimes you could have something that's so impactful that it overshadows the other work. I'm pretty sure I watched one of Martin's specials in the movie theater.
Me too.
That's how big Martin was. Like,
I saw Run Tell That in the movie theater.
It was Run Tell That, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, so, but what happened is Martin had this unbelievably popular TV show that we all watched that like dominated culture.
Then he had
movies that dominated culture.
Yeah, man.
So a lot of people don't remember this, but like he was top billing for Bad Boys 1.
Oh, shit. Over Will?
Yeah. Over Will.
Oh.
That's how big Martin was.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think what happens is when that catalog becomes, I don't know, more synonymous with the person, sometimes you forget about this, maybe the stand-up. But, I mean, his early stand-up, the big leather outfit, he's dripping in sweat.
Crazy.
Crazy.
You see the 8-ball jacket now, you think of fucking Martin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Or the
saying?
guy that slapped that girl on the subway.
Martin slapped the girl in the subway?
No, the 8-ball jacket guy.
He had an 8-ball jacket on?
Yeah.
Bro, I thought it was a Pelly Pelly.
An 8-ball jackets.
Oh, I remember the dude with that had the shit on. Oh, yes. Absolutely. That was a slap.
That
bro.
was.
It was.
Nobody got mad at you.
Shout out light skins, bro.
Nobody.
Everybody thinks light skin's soft until you see one with an 8-ball
I
jacket on
remember
the
that
6
shit.
train.
Why the fuck did he
Bang!
smack that girl, yo? I forgot.
Yeah.
New York, man.
She
It was
thought
a
he
great
was
smack.
soft.
What you brought up a great point about Martin. Martin had so many. He was one of those guys that actually was great at quite a few different things: the stand-up, the TV show, and the movies. Like, and I don't want to say these things cancel each other out, but you don't think of them all in their totality.
Bro, he had like 3 different careers. Like if you had 1
4.
or 4, like I'm saying, like
Because Def Comedy Jam, you got to put that in there.
I put that in stand-up.
Okay.
Like if you just had his stand-up career, you'd be like, oh my God, I'm the luckiest human being on the planet.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
just had his TV show,
Oh,
you'd be
man.
like, I'm the luckiest guy on the
man.
planet.
Oh,
if you
man.
just had his movies, you go, I'm the luckiest dude on the planet.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So it is peculiar that maybe he's not spoken about with that same reverence.
I wonder why. Like seriously, I never even thought about that. I thought about it a little bit this weekend because I've always held Martin in high regard.
I mean,
but when people bring up the GOAT, you don't hear Martin in the conversation.
I didn't watch Seinfeld growing up. I watched Martin.
Word.
That's how impactful Martin was.
Word.
Man, I grew up in New York City.
You told me Martin is the one that inspired you to do comedy, right?
No. That was Eddie.
It was Eddie. I'm sorry. Okay,
Eddie
okay.
and Chris.
Okay.
Eddie and Chris.
Yeah.
Like, I remember reading Chris's book. Remember when they would take the stand-up and kind of like make it a book? I remember reading Chris's book, and I remember just being so like excited at the way he would like twist ideas and use like logic and arguments, and I'd be like, oh shit, you can justify anything. He's like being a lawyer right there, and I thought
The reason I like Martin because he was one of the first celebrities that I saw confront the bullshit head on.
But what'd he say?
Like, remember when everybody there was the whole thing about he was running in LA butt naked or some shit like that,
Yeah.
and there was like a big tabloid story, but on Run Tell That, he
talked about it
like head on. And it's not like nowadays where something happens and you're sitting by your phone waiting for the person to tweet or waiting for the person to do
You
a
had
video.
to put out a special.
You had to put out a special or
Yeah.
go do a press conference or something. I don't even know what the time difference was between Martin's, that scandal, and then the special. But we waited on the special.
Yep.
And then when he came with the special, he told us, he was like, look, man, I was high as a motherfucker. That was it. We knew it. Like, we knew you had to be. Like that was it. I was high as a motherfucker. Man, that shit had me, that weed had me gone. Whatever. I don't even know what the fuck drug. I think it was weed. But he faced it head on. Run Tell That. And that's what it's called. Run Tell That. Now go run tell that.
Yeah.
Since y'all want to gossip about everything else.
Yeah. Shout out Martin.
Nah,
man.
he's the
His
GOAT.
life is incredible.
You want to do some all memes, Matt? What'd you do this week, man? What'd you do this weekend?
Yo, I thought a lot about Taylor, man.
No. We're not going to talk about that a lot.
I did think a lot about her.
You was doing Padel.
Oh yeah, I was down in Miami playing
What's it called?
paddle, man.
Paddle.
With that was fire,
Why the
bro.
fuck did you make all the blogs with Jimmy Butler? Like, why was that the
Because
thing?
I'm clout. You didn't realize this yet? They cannot talk about me.
Like, they was like, yo, Jimmy Butler's suspended, but he's down in Miami with Andrew Schulz. Like, what?
I don't know what to tell you. Do you want the people to click or not?
What was y'all talking about? I saw y'all whispering to each other. What was he saying to you?
Well, it was whispers, bro. I can't share. You know what I mean? I can't. You know, the man told me something in confidence.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Nah, it was funny because we were at the party and I was like, I made a little joke at the party. I was basically like, by the way, guys, Jimmy Butler's not here right now. He's at the heat facility practicing. I just want to let everybody know, I'm on the mic just teasing because he shouldn't be there according to like what the team would want him to do. I'm like, I wake up in the morning. I'm like, I'm not gonna post any picture of Jimmy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Like, he's a nice guy, In the morning, I'm tagged in something. It's Jimmy Butler posting the video of me going, Jimmy Butler is not here at this party.
Oh, Jimmy
This is
posted
not-
it.
Yeah. So he was leaning into it. It was.
He trying to get the fuck out of Miami.
I mean,
who tries to get out of Miami?
But they did him wrong, bro. They did him wrong. They should have given him the extension. They didn't give him an extension. Then they waited, and then they got their tail tucked between their legs, and they're like, oh, well, now we want to give you the extension. It's like, oh, well, that's not how you make your marquee player feel wanted.
I love Jimmy Butler. I think Jimmy Butler is fan-fucking-tastic. I'm just thinking about it from a business perspective. Do you give him the max extension?
Here's the thing. A business perspective, right? You're like, okay, let me go get some young stud and pay them. Of course, Jimmy's 36 years old. But the other side of that is there are maybe like 5 players in the league that are dogs and they can turn it on in the playoffs and they themselves can win you a playoff game. Like Jimmy by himself is going to win you one game by himself. Kevin can do it. Probably when he's healthy, Joel Embiid can do it. Like there are maybe 5 or 7 guys in the league that like.
Joel Embiid has almost missed as many games he's played.
400.
Right.
What's wrong with the mic?
You got it? It was just turned. There you go.
He's almost missed as many games as he's played.
But if he is playing, he can win you a game.
But can he win you a championship?
I don't know. I don't know.
Can Jimmy Butler win you a championship in the next 4 years? And I love Jimmy Butler. If I'm Jimmy Butler, me personally, I want to get my money, right?
Yeah.
But I still want to leave enough on the table so he can bring me some talent into Miami.
He said some fire shit to me. I was like, yo, be honest. Like on some of these teams, you're bullying these soft guys. He goes, I'm not a bully. I go, what do you mean? He goes, listen, I ask you what you want to do, or you tell me what you want to do, right? He goes, if I go to Phoenix and Devin Booker says, listen, man, I don't want to play no defense. I go, bet. I'm not going to hold you accountable for defense. Go get those buckets. We'll handle defense. But if you tell me you're going to lock down on D and you don't lock down,
that's right.
Now you're a liar. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to confront you on being a liar. And then if you try to tell me you're not a liar, I'm going to keep reminding you. Yeah. So it's like, his psyche's like fascinating. Also, he don't give a, it's very interesting. He truly doesn't care about like keeping up with whatever the trend is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's an interesting thing that's happening out there. I think like GMs are going to have to work with right now in the league. Like once players are making $50 million a year, you got no leverage on them. You can't be one of these hard ass, old school Riley GMs that like punishes you for a few games and suspends you. It's like, my man, I make $50 million a year. I got 200 in the bank.
But I'm paying you. I'm holding the purse strings.
I already got 200 in the bank. Oh my God, you're gonna take $2 million away from me. Like,
I'm just saying, if I'm making 200, if I can pay you 200, how much are we making? And I'm gonna tell you something about Pat Riley. I'm glad you brought Pat Riley up. Pat Riley must be some type of gangster because nobody ever speaks bad about Pat Riley. Even though you know it's got to be some egomaniacal shit going on. Pat, that's what I'm saying.
They call him the Godfather.
Pat ran Bron out of town. Pat ran D Wade out for a second.
It's not like he runs you out of town. It's Pat Riley has a culture with the Heat, which is nobody's bigger than the team. And LeBron is bigger than any team he's on. So you got to let LeBron bring his family on a team plane when all the other guys don't have to bring their family on a team plane. You got to let LeBron have 10 hotel rooms in the team hotel when nobody else can have. And Riley didn't let that shit happen. So Bron went out there, he won his rings, and then he's like, all right, I need to be the king. I'm the king. I can't call myself the king when there's someone else acting like the king, telling me what to do.
I mean, you're not really the king.
But to Riley's credit, he keeps the law. The problem is to win a championship, you need kings now.
Yeah.
You need kings. And the stranglehold that they used to have on these players, like the fucked up thing about Riley is that Jimmy will play whatever role you need him to play. He doesn't have an ego about it. There are certain guys that need to go out there and get 35.
Yeah.
He'll play whatever role as long as the team's winning. If the team is a bunch of bums, he's going to cause a stink.
So that's what, I mean, but that's my thing. It's like, okay, Jimmy, I know you want the max. I know you want your money. But, can you let us pay you a certain amount if you want to win? Like that, but that's a player decision, right?
But they got to get other guys on the team to make the team win.
Yeah, but I can't pay you $200 million. And then go get other guys.
I feel like that's your problem.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, I don't own the team. Why am I paying the guys?
I get it, but I mean, they got salary caps and shit. Like,
I feel like that's your problem. Why are you a billionaire coming to me and crying about money? So you want me to pay the players $10 million each?
I've seen too many.
That's crazy.
I've seen too many elite players make concessions. We've seen Brady make concessions. You know what I'm saying? We saw MJ make concessions because they wanted to win.
Some people want to win more. Some people want to win so bad that they'll pay the other players on the team. When you ask Brady to take a salary hit, you're asking him to pay the other players on the team. The team ain't paying the players. Brady's paying the players. So if you ask Jimmy, you ask any of these other guys to take a salary hit, there is a billionaire owner who's got all the money in the world coming up to a 100 millionaire and going, guys, I can't afford it, bro. Can you pay the players?
But it's not like he can't afford it because he can't afford it.
Well,
It's
there's
not
salary cap.
It's salary cap. That's what I'm saying. It's
Pay
a
the
salary
penalty.
cap.
Yeah, you can pay the penalty.
Pay the penalty.
No, that's not how it works, is it?
Yes, it is.
You gotta
go
just
over
pay. You
that-
gotta pay the luxury tax.
Is it? I can just pay. I don't know if that's
Well,
the
I mean,
case.
the real question is, does he think Bam is a number 2? He can win a championship.
He doesn't.
Well, there you go.
Bam
That's
is a dog, though.
I don't know if he does. Don't let me put that out there.
Yeah, Bam is a dog. All I'm saying is like to Chris's point.
Bam
like,
is nice.
It's not like a billionaire just saying, "Hey, I got all this money, I can't afford to
They
pay
do
you."
be saying that shit,
It's the
though.
salary cap.
Nah,
Why
they
the Dallas
cry
Cowboys ain't won a Super Bowl since 1995? And we got the richest motherfucking franchise in the world.
I don't know. You had an opportunity to ask that question.
I did. I told that motherfucker
No,
to
you
straighten
didn't.
this shit the fuck out. My daddy has fucking went to jail because of this fucking franchise.
You didn't say that shit at all.
And Jerry hit me. I saw
The
Jerry.
video didn't look like he was talking like
He
that.
said this. He said,
It
I'm
sounded
just
you
like
was
this.
being very
he
happy.
said,
No.
Jerry, can you sign my chest?
Never.
Remember when you
Never.
asked him to sign your
Listen,
chest?
did you see the shit that Jerry told the team? Jerry was like, he said there's happiness and then there's glory holes.
What?
You didn't see that shit? Pull that shit up, Tyler.
Yeah, you crazy.
I'm like, Jerry just getting old. And he just quoting shit that he can remember from the Lone Ranger when he was fucking 8. Because he said the same shit to me. We zigged when we should have that. He just hit the reporters with some shit like, Google Jerry Jones glory holes.
Yo, that's gonna be a wild search.
It's gonna be him and Michael Irvin with a bunch of fucking young blondes.
At the White House. Yo, shout out Irvin, the GOAT. The GOAT.
Mike, play this shit. There's a low percentage of listen what this. Let me read the headline. Look, scroll up, Taylor. There's a low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes. Play this shit, man.
There's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes. Very low percentage.
The f is he even talking about? That's what he hit me with in St. Bart's.
That's kind of.
He said we zigged when we should have zagged, but we gonna zog.
How do you feel about the new head coach?
Oh, please. That's some bullshit. Like, nobody, who gives a fuck? He was our offensive coordinator for 4 years.
Yeah, it
That's
seems
Marty
like
Schottenheimer's son. He's never had a head coaching job ever.
They need to hire her. Why don't they hire her?
We need some help on the offensive line.
I'm saying.
I'm
saying though. Who's getting around her?
That's Big Dank. Let's talk about Big Dank, man.
No, you were gonna say
What?
what was it?
I'm just podding, man. I don't give a fuck
No,
about
Diddy. It
anything.
was Diddy. It was Diddy. The video, the Diddy audio.
Damn, speaking of glory holes, man, pull up Diddy's voice memos from that documentary, Taylor.
I gotta find it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Diddy is the horniest man to ever live.
Hornier than Chris, you think?
Chris ain't that horny. None of us are that horny, bro.
Yo, facts, bro.
I'm not that horny. I'm just not. I like sex, but I'm not. That is a different level of horny. Like, he needs to have his dick in somebody's glory hole. And he don't care what type of glory hole it is.
I haven't heard the audio, so let me.
If bowling balls could probably talk, they would tell us some stories about this. I'm telling you, man. You can just tell. Play the fucking voice memo, Taylor.
I don't find them.
Where is it?
We go into the doctor.
She got mom brain,
Lauren
bro.
played the thing on Breakfast Club.
You know when women get pregnant, they lose brain cells, right?
You think she's pregnant for real?
She's pregnant and she's losing brain cells.
I went on that article, but you know.
I just don't. Man, man, we had Day 26 on too, man. I just don't understand why it's so hard to do right by people.
Wait, what do you mean Day 26?
Day 26 is the group that used to be signed to Bad Boy. Remember Bad Boy? We sleep on the band era.
Yeah.
The band era is
That first album was a classic.
Day 26?
Yeah, I don't care
What
what
was
nobody's.
Day 26?
They were a
remember
group,
Making
the
the
all
Band?
guys. Remember they did Making the Band? Making the Band had 3 artists that took off. Well, the 3 groups.
Dylon,
That was the band. That was the rap group. Then they had Danny Kane.
Danny Kane, I remember.
And then they had Day 26. Day 26 was the guys. You don't remember when Diddy there was a scene where they were singing their heart out. Singing like, oh shit. And Diddy goes, yeah. I like that, but you gotta get naked.
What?
I'm not making it. Taylor, pull this up.
Stop.
If you can't find another clip. What?
Stop it.
He said that during making the band.
During making the band on the show.
Yo, he was just in our face with it. Nobody's
Nah, we
face.
just come from an era. I'm gonna be honest with you. We just come from a great era, guys. We lived through it. Now we look back on it like, damn, what the fuck were we thinking? But back then,
So like that tone, that when it wasn't perfect, but it was naked, You know, I'm not saying to do all your joints like that, but when it's real, it don't really matter. I'd rather get the emotion. So y'all gotta get naked. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get naked. You know where I'm coming from?
Imagine doing the best stand-up of your life. I mean, you just left it all on the stage. And then the producer turns to you and goes, yeah, that was cool, but you got to get naked.
He was right in our face
Damn.
this whole time, bro.
Damn.
What are these voice memos about?
Play the...
But what are they about?
We'll play it in a second. What do you think about culture, Schulz? When you hear the word culture, what do you think?
Well, it depends. Who's saying it?
Do you think that...
What's the color of the skin of the person saying it?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
When you talk culture, I'm talking like I think that the person talking to me is saying that there's that everybody has cultures, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the case. I think that we all have lived experiences, and then there's certain groups of us that have cultures. Like, for example, I'm a black person in America, right? And I have, shared lived experiences with other black people, but my culture that I grew up in Charleston, South Carolina, Moncks Corner, is different than the culture that somebody grew up in New Orleans.
Ooh, now you're talking about
It's different than somebody grew up in Atlanta. It's different than somebody that grew up in Detroit. It's different than somebody that grew up in Chicago. And I think it's New York. New York got a culture to it.
Keep going. You're spitting right now.
But that's what I'm saying. I think there's a difference between lived experiences and the shared lived experiences you may have with people and the actual culture.
I always find it a little racist when people act like there's black culture, like black culture exists in America as one
monolith.
Nah. And the reason why I find it racist is because if it's coming from black people, it's a little different. Like, obviously, there's like a shared oppression and there's just shared history.
Lived experience. There's lived experience.
Yeah. But like, when it comes from non-black people, it's often like what the stereotypes of black people are.
That's what I literally just told the person. The only people who say things like that are white people and black people who don't have a culture. like you might come from a city that isn't known.
It's not just white people.
For
It's
its
like
culture.
it's like other races or other cultures, what they think of black people in America. So
those are stereotypes. And a lot of profiles.
Exactly. And like there are like stereotypes and culture is a Venn diagram, right? Like they connect to one another, but there's that little pocket where they overlap, but they're also just different things. You know what I mean? I would even say it's like a circle. Like stereotypes exist within the circle, right? And there's a little circle of stereotypes, but like the culture is a more broad thing. But yeah, your culture is defined by like the people around you, right? So in Moncks Corner, South Carolina, what is it? The Geechee?
That's the low country. Yeah.
So it's like that's going to have influence, the language, the accent,
right.
all these things. That's culture. Like California surfer culture in like San Diego or San Clemente is its own unique thing that is, it has
Mexican culture in California.
Like the most slept on cultural influence in America in rap, in fashion, I think is like the Chicano Mexican influence on the West Coast.
And you said Chicano.
Yeah.
So I'm saying there's subcultures within even that.
Yeah.
Within the Mexico.
That's how that would refer to. But yeah, go out.
Isn't a bunch of like...
Oh, I'm sorry, real quick. So like New York culture... So there's like a crossover, even like as a white kid growing up in New York, obviously is different than growing up Puerto Rican or growing up black.
That's right.
But there's a shared New York culture that we all have. And then that goes in a certain direction if you're Italian, a certain direction if you're Puerto Rican, a certain direction if you're black. But there's a shared pool of slang words that we kind of use. And then when you go Puerto Rican, all of a sudden there's a few more of the Spanish slang words that exist right there. You go black, there's a few more of more black slang. Like you go Italian, there's a few more.
Because those are all different subcultures within larger New York culture. That's why New York culture can be so easily spoofed.
Yeah.
They're not spoofing the subcultures. They're spoofing the New York culture.
It's basically the stereotypes.
It's basically the stereotypes. No, you're absolutely right.
But if you add up a bunch of like those lived experiences or just things that we kind of do in common, isn't that what, like put together, that's what makes a culture?
I don't think
like,
so.
Hip hop is black culture. We started it. we identify with it. It's one of the things that we claim when people try to take it away from us. That's culture.
I think hip hop is a genre. I think hip hop is a genre of music that we created, and I think within that genre of music there is different cultures of hip hop. For example, the culture of New York hip hop wasn't the same as the culture of down south hip hop. The culture of down south hip hop wasn't the same as the culture as West Coast hip hop.
Yeah, but you're still keep saying hip hop, and hip hop is a black thing. It's a black art form.
But it's a genre, art form, a genre of music.
I mean,
that's what compiles culture.
You can't even
the
say
music, the food, the dress,
but it's all
those things together.
But it's different in all of these different places. Like you can look at a West Coast guy and say, "Oh, I know where he's from." You can look at a down south guy and go, "Oh, I know where he's from." You can look at a New York guy and go, "That's why the Timbs was in New York."
What's the music? It's a very unique situation because the black experience in America, obviously because of slavery and then the years after slavery, has positioned black people with cultural unity despite not having cultural similarity. So like,
I think those are lived experiences. I think those are shared experiences.
What I'm trying to say is like all black people in America experience similar oppression throughout these years that we're talking about.
Absolutely.
Right? So they could go, oh, you know what it's like to be like me. But shared oppression doesn't define culture.
No.
Culture is also food, culture is language, culture is music, culture is dance, right? So to say hip hop is black culture, hip hop is a genre of music that white people have done, that Asians have done, that, Indians do, like that is predominantly black. And then within America, the West Coast is different sound. Everything is different.
Different sound, different look, different food,
I feel like you could say that about anything. Like reggaeton is Spanish culture music, but there's been hip hop guys who've tried it. There's been white people who've tried it.
But it's specifically still Caribbean Spanish.
Yeah, but then Caribbean, that's an area, but there's so many different subcultures within the Caribbean. But there's a lot of common things that hold the Caribbean together.
But the Caribbean is a region.
Yeah, I feel like there's more similarity. Like there's more parity in the Caribbean between like Puerto Rican and Dominican culture, food, language than there is between New York and California. Like those shared experiences are just not the same at all. We're talking about 3,000 miles.
Dominicans and Puerto Ricans get pissed off when you say that, though. Dominicans get pissed off and you can mistake them for Puerto Ricans.
All right. Next time you get pissed off, don't go to the Dominican restaurant. I bet you will.
I'm not going to there.
Not you. Oh. I'm saying if Puerto Ricans are upset, then why are you going to a Dominican restaurant?
Yeah, I'm not
saying that you're not distinct. What I'm saying is there's enough similarity where you guys can't have unity within your culture.
And it's kind of hot for them right now. You know what I'm saying?
Why? Because of the garbage thing?
Because of ice. You know what I'm saying? They can't tell the difference.
Well, so the Dominicans, Dominicans about to be Puerto Rican.
That's what I'm saying. It's
like Boricua, Morena,
a little hot
Dominicano, Puerto Rican.
It's a little hot. You got the Diddy shit, Taylor? Yeah. Listen to these voice memos,
But real quick, before the Diddy thing, it is an interesting, who brought this up? This is, I love these.
Oh, this was Nyla. Me and Nyla was having this. Me and Nyla have been having this debate for a while because, we just been having, I just think it's a difference between shared lived experiences and culture. It's not the same to me. Shared lived experiences and culture, what your culture is two completely different things. Yes, I have shared lived experiences with a lot of black people, but black people in Charleston, South Carolina aren't the same as black people in Atlanta. Black people in Atlanta aren't the same as black people in Detroit. Black people in Detroit aren't the same as black people on the West Coast.
And we shouldn't look at them, and also it'd be cool if we get to a point where we stop defining black people through their oppression. Because I feel like that is the definition of them in America.
By the way, I feel the same way about white people. Like
by their oppressing, like are we defining?
No, I'm just talking about in general. There's different cultures within white American culture. Of
course,
like
Italians are one way.
Right here, yes.
One way. The Irish are one way.
Y'all look down on the rednecks.
And then you got you got that Montana shit where it's like redneck, but it's also cold out.
Oh my God, that's that Yellowstone shit.
Yellowstone,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's all different. Like you don't lose you probably enjoy it because you like different things, but you lose your mind in South Dakota.
Bro, you want to know what's like sometimes uncomfortable environments for me? Like rich Northeast WASP culture. That's like these, I think, and Chris, you would probably know a lot about this, but this is like the last remnants of like the British colonial.
Well, I mean, most specifically, it's descendants of the Mayflower.
Interesting. Yeah.
Literally the Pilgrims. Like people,
Oh, wow.
if you see names like good enough, names that have like Massachusetts names that have enough in the last name, that means those people can trace directly back
Good
to
enough?
the yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But the WASP culture that we talk about, right? Like this kind of
Martha's Vineyard,
Yes.
Nantucket, Cape Cod, preppy.
pretentious,
Yeah.
preppy,
Andover.
trust fund kids, Nepo babies, born on third base, think they hit a triple, like know how to use your fucking fork and spoon perfectly, laugh at you if you don't. Like
Yeah.
they are white, they look like me, they might have the exact same haircut as me, they live a few miles up north, or they even live on the Upper East Side, but I feel a distinct cultural separation
Absolutely.
from them. Yet people would probably look at us in the exact same way. And there's a perfect example of culture. Culture can be defined by race, especially in America because of those shared experiences you're talking about. But if we really want to be nuanced, like you and a Somali person that lives in Minnesota are both black. That Somali culture is
Totally
not
different
synonymous
culture.
with the Geechee culture in
Nope.
South Carolina.
Totally different. I can go in New York. I can go from Little Italy and hang out with my guy over there. Then I can go to the Hasidic Jewish neighborhood, and
Yeah.
it's literally totally different cultures and
Yeah.
experiences.
Yeah.
I think if you take a black American and they go overseas, people look at that person as a black American. So the fact that they can be identified as a black American means there must be something that gives that person culture that they can be identified as a black American.
Yeah.
That's just my nationality.
No, but it's like,
No. I hear what he's saying. Like they have an idea of what a black American is.
Through stereotypes.
Through stereotypes, yes.
but like you said, the Venn diagram, some of that crosses over.
And then, so if a black American goes there and matches with enough of those stereotypes, then it makes sense for those people, right? I get it. But that doesn't mean that that person shares the identical culture
That's
to
right.
like a Haitian dude that grew up in Florida is going to have a completely different culture from a black group that grew up in Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
Completely different. Like,
Black people all give dap.
say again?
We all give dap.
Everybody gives dap.
No, white people don't give dap.
I dap
We-
them shows today.
That's
do
because
give dap.
y'all
I dap them
grew.
Chris. I give them pounds all
But no,
day.
that's-
Pounds is not dap. You know it's different. That's why Obama walks around handshake, handshake, handshake. Black guy dap.
just a gesture.
That is culture.
Like,
No. I think that there is like an umbrella culture. You know what I mean? Like
But that's
there's a
culture.
black umbrella culture in America. There's probably like a white umbrella culture in America. Like for example, like white people in America probably think about not being racist. Like that's part of the umbrella of it. Like it's on their
When's
minds.
the last time
going,
you thought about not being racist?
Say again?
When's the last time you thought about not being racist?
I'm not white.
There's a meme on fucking Instagram that's so funny. There's a meme on Instagram of a black guy typing real fast, and it says, Andrew Schulz researching different cultures so he can have the sharpest racist jokes.
To be racist more efficient.
Racist more efficient.
That's flagrant memes. Yo, shout out our boy Flagrant Memes, bro. But facts, man.
You gotta know.
If you want to make fun of people, you better know something about
Man.
them. Because if you just make fun of the low-hanging fruit stereotypes, then like, first of all, they're not going to think it's funny, and then they're just going to feel like insulted. But if you actually make an effort to learn about them, they feel honored by it. Like they're like, wow, this person actually cares
Dug a
enough
little
about
deeper.
me. Yeah.
And it's fun. That's when it's actually funny.
Like if I'm in South Carolina and I have like a deep cut Geechee joke, it might not even hit for the
kill.
white people, but the black people in there that are like familiar with
You
it,
kill. You kill. Let's do some gay culture, Taylor.
give us some gay culture.
Play Diddy's
them voice memos.
This is Diddy's voice memos from this Discovery ID doc. This proves that Diddy is the most horniest man in America. Let's hear it. Hold on, let me set it up again. He's talking to his assistant.
Okay.
So his assistant plays the voice memos from the documentary.
In the document.
In the documentary.
Phil, can you come back upstairs to help me set up the red light?
I would get a lot of voice notes from Diddy.
How often?
Daily.
Phil, I need some Cialis. Can you give me 20 Xanax, please? Hey, Phil, I need a plan B. I need 10 Adderall. The mushroom capsules, the microdose. Can you bring that out to me, please?
High and horny.
Just constant.
Just high and horny. Can you imagine being in a constant state of highness and horniness?
Wait,
That's not fair,
you're
actually.
a Scorpio, right?
Yeah.
October?
30th.
He's a November Scorpio. There's a difference.
What is the difference?
November Scorpios are different, I think.
Gay?
You got one? Your baby daddy November Scorpio?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay.
When's that baby coming out?
In July. All right.
June 29th.
No, it's July, I said.
June 29th. He's going to be a Cancer. What date? What's the due date?
July 12th.
Oh, shit.
Where you get the 29th?
Nah, you're going to have it at the end of June.
Yo.
If you are actually pregnant, you're going to have it at the end of June. You
July
should go to the ground.
4th, Independence Day for America. That'd be fire.
Either way, it's still a Cancer.
Yeah.
Why you say it's not fair that he's so high and horny?
Nah, because like Diddy's like known for parties and stuff like that, and usually when you're the host,
You want to have some
party
favors.
favors and stuff
Y'all
like
ain't
that.
hear what he said. Play that
So
shit
if
again.
you
Y'all, you know, let's check. Let's just do this shit like a grocery list. You ain't hearing some of the things that he's requested.
Yeah,
bro.
but if you take every single voice note, chop it up for every time you ask him for something, that's gonna sound crazy.
Look what he's asking for. I've never asked for some of these things in my life. Play it.
Phil, can you come back upstairs to help me set up the red light?
I would
Never
get a
did
lot
that.
of voice notes from Diddy
How often?
daily.
Phil, I need some Cialis.
Never did it.
Blue Chew, yes, you have.
Hold on, go
Phil,
back
I
on,
need
man.
a
Hold on.
Yes, you have.
Never did Seattle. Go play it again. Huh?
Phil, I need some Cialis.
Never did
Give
it.
me 20 Xanax.
missing
Never did it.
Hey, Phil, I need a plan B. I need
Damn, I didn't Yeah.
Plan B the only one. Plan B is the only thing.
Technically, you haven't even done that.
Why?
Well, you didn't take it.
No, I didn't take exactly.
Yeah, so you haven't done any of that shit.
But this is just disgusting.
Wait, why?
It's
Why?
not disgusting.
Why?
I'm just fascinated by how horny and high he was all the time. It proves my theory
That it was drugs.
that he was trying to escape something. He's constantly trying to escape something, and his escape is drugs, alcohol, and sex.
What do you think he was trying to escape?
Just life, man. I mean, you just look at all of the stuff he's this guy. I mean, just even the stuff that we just know. Like this, I mean, a constant state of grief.
Yeah.
This guy's lost everybody damn near that was close to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think about it, like people that he actually came up with, like his father and, you know, the biggies of the world and his old security wolf and, you know, Andre Harrell and Kim Porter and, you know, all of these people, Heavy D, all of these, it's a lot of grief that surrounds him. Not making excuses, I'm just saying, you know,
So he's trying to escape.
I think he's constantly trying to escape. And I always think about, and I can say this because somebody actually recorded it and it was out. It was the first Revolt music conference. And me and Andre Harrell, God bless the dead, we went into the trailer that Diddy was in. And I think this was right after Kim Porter had passed, God bless the dead. And he was just sitting there and he just was like, yeah, man. He was just like, man, I really appreciate all the conversations you be having around mental health, man. He said, man, I realize I've never been happy.
Wow.
That's what he said. He said, I realized, I can't think of the last time I've been happy. And this was what, the first Revolt Music Conference, so this was like 20, I don't know, 19, 18, 17, I don't freaking remember.
Did you want to hear the other ones?
What other ones?
The other audios of just the assistant talking to him and...
I'm all down. Let's play some more. Let's play some, what else you got?
That's crazy. Somebody like Diddy doesn't have his assistant under NDA.
Man, NDAs don't mean shit. NDAs mean as much as the Constitution.
Were the Wild King nights happening at these big star-studded events?
I think there's a difference and a disparity between what people think they were, meaning that there was hundreds of people engaging in these activities. That wasn't my experience.
How many people would typically be there?
It's a small batch of people.
What would he require for a Wild King night?
I mean, we usually had a laundry list of items that included lights, alcohol, marijuana, ketamine, Molly, baby oil, and Astroglide were very important. Candles, incense, Apple TVs, electronics, computers, iPads, you know, male libido supplements, stuff like that. Those requests started to become more frequent. They started to occur on a daily basis.
Y'all don't listen to words. This man said baby oil. Out of everything he named, he said baby oil and Astroglide were very important. God damn. Very important?
Yeah.
Ugh. He was making people walk to Brooklyn for cheeks, man. You know what I'm saying? He was making you walk to Brooklyn for cheeks.
Oh, man.
God damn, yo. The horniest, highest man alive.
I wonder who introduced him to it.
Introduced him to what? Horniness?
No, just like wanting the pills to like. Why can't
like
you
who was his
regular
maker?
sex? Yeah.
Like a vampire. You ever seen Triple? who turned him into the vampire that he became? Who is that? What you're saying?
Yo, we gotta kill that guy. We gotta kill that guy.
What?
You kill him. You knock out all the Diddy disciples.
God damn.
Did he know his dad?
No, his dad died. His dad got killed when he was young.
Damn.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Watch the 15th Diddy documentary that's available online. Do you got the one where he said his studio sessions? Do you got that one? This shit is crazy. The shower shit.
Wait,
Play
what's
that one
this
for shows. This is what an artist said Diddy used to require.
Lil Ride?
Yeah, play this one. You got that one?
Yeah.
We were at Puffy's Los Angeles house working in the studio. He says, I want to work in my bathroom. Everybody bring everything. So we break down the studio, get the instruments, and go to his bathroom as usual. And he strips himself in front of us and jumps right into the shower. But he's looking directly at me. You know what I mean? I found myself getting a pat on my butt. Felt uncomfortable and still feels uncomfortable.
Why y'all laughing at me?
Nah, because he said, I found myself getting a pat on the butt. What you mean you found yourself, son? Where were you lost? Like, what do you mean I found myself?
I didn't know where my butt was till somebody patted it. I didn't know where my butt was till somebody patted on it. Like, oh, there it goes. That's my butt. You know what I'm saying?
You found it.
You found it. Here's the thing, man. I'm not mature. I can honestly admit I'm not mature enough for this.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of comedy in this,
That's a great take, yo. That's a great take. That's fire. Yo, I'm not mature enough.
I'm not mature enough,
So if
bro.
you tell me anything about it, keep that in mind. I'm not going to have the maturity to handle it. It's your fault for even asking me about it.
Because it's a boy or a guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
It is the truth. Nobody takes it serious when it's us, bro.
He took it serious.
Especially when it's an adult. If you're a grown up, you talking about some kids, all right, we like, okay, all right, you wildin'. But if it's like two male adults, bro.
Nah, if somebody found your ass for you in the shower, we gonna laugh at that a little bit.
Jess Hilarious this morning said, why didn't they just walk off? Instead of walking to Brooklyn for cheeks, why didn't they just walk off?
Yeah.
It ain't the easiest thing to do once you get penetrated.
Yeah, once you get penetrated, you're there for life. Bad boy for life.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They ain't the easiest walk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not the easiest walk. You know? Listen, women have been telling the lie for years that, a man did it so good to me, he tore it up so much that I couldn't walk. No, that's never happened. Y'all have babies. Now, a man taking it up that.
No.
That's a hard place. You ain't gonna just get up. You ain't just getting up after that, bro. No.
Different.
You ain't sitting down either.
You ain't sitting down either? I don't care how much Astroglide you use.
Yeah.
You ain't just getting up and just walking that off.
Nah, you gotta lay in your stomach. You just gotta lay in your stomach.
And it might happen again.
Nah, you gotta
Okay, laying on your stomach, that's how it started, Schulz.
Yeah. But you got to, though. That's the only situation. Fuck. So he was all the people that work for him. Is that the idea? Is that the idea?
I don't know why it's so funny.
It's not funny, guys.
It's not funny.
Imagine you got
funny.
your dream job.
By the way, it is funny.
You're working for Sean. What is it? What was the Sean John?
Sean John.
You're working for Sean John. You're designing clothes, right?
Let me ask you a question. What are the origins
Yeah.
of the word funny in reference to gay people? Because that was a word that they used to use for gay people. We don't use it as much anymore. But back in the day, it's like, oh, he's funny.
Yeah, you're a little funny.
Why?
Well, because, when a guy another guy's it's funny.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Why
That shit is funny. That's funny.
It's hilarious.
No, that's hilarious.
I don't know.
That's hilarious.
I don't know why it's funny.
It's funny. I don't know how they don't laugh. I don't know how they not in there like,
No, if you're the bottom, you better laugh. You better laugh to keep from crying. Okay, more Astroglide. You know what I'm saying?
But if you're at top, how you not be like, yo, pause.
This is funny as shit.
Hey, yo.
That's true.
Hey,
yo.
you gay.
ass.
Yo, this guy's hilarious right here.
Excuse me?
I have a story to tell you, but I'm not gonna say it on here.
Don't do
Man,
that.
what do you
Don't
mean?
that.
You
Don't
can't
do
do that. You
What's
gotta
the story?
say it.
What's the story?
It's just funny. Like a gay guy, he was telling me how he felt a type of way that girl was like basically harassed him. Like she took his dick out and sucked it. And he felt violated. Like, and he's like, now I know how girls feel because, like,
Yeah, that's who's
Yeah,
this
that's
woman? We need to
serious.
fucking
That's
start
serious.
bringing her up on charges right now.
Yeah,
That's
nah.
disgusting.
There's
Why
a
would she
woman
do
walking around gay like that.
Yes, without consent.
yeah, he was.
She need to get off the fucking
Who the
streets right now.
Who
Who
the
is this?
fuck is this girl, man?
You should do your duty.
I sure hope that neither of us get by her. I sure
I'm
hope.
definitely calling.
I sure hope.
I'm 100%.
I sure hope she doesn't walk up to any guy in this
I'm
room, just pull it
100%
out against our will and suck all the cum out of it.
Has a guy ever done that? Like got caught cheating by his girl? Just,
I had a joke about that shit.
what?
Fuck, it was some girl. Yeah, my girl caught me cheating, and she walked in the room. I said, "Help me! Get her off of me!"
She told me if I take it out of her mouth, she'll bite it. I'm serious, man. Okay, enough.
Nah, for real though.
Fucking enough.
For real though. We need to find out who that girl is and just make sure she does not do that to anybody.
Stop.
No, for real.
And you walking around here laughing, Taylor.
Taylor,
You know what you said?
It's
I'm
funny
gonna tell
to you?
y'all something, but it's funny.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
No, I didn't. I said,
That's
I'm not
exactly
gonna
what you
say it on
said.
here.
It's funny when it happens to gay guys.
I didn't say that.
But when a girl
the
walks up to guys,
What are the origins of the word, Taylor? Ask ChatGPT. Why did gay people get referred to as funny? I got ChatGPT right here. Hold on. Why did gay people used to be called funny? The term funny as a euphemism for being gay likely comes from a time when direct discussions about homosexuality were avoided, especially in more conservative or repressive societies. People often use coded or ambiguous language to refer to things considered taboo or socially insensitive. Funny can mean unusual or different. Since LGBTQ plus identifies were historically marginalized, people might have used funny as a subtle way to acknowledge someone's non-hetero behavior without being direct. Man. Oh, okay, this is a good. Association with humor. LGBTQ plus individuals, especially in entertainment and theater, have historically been associated with wit, flamboyance, and humor. This may have reinforced the link between funny and being different or expressive in a way that deviated from traditional gender and sexual norms, are a code with the community, just as other euphemisms like confirmed bachelor or lighten the loafers were used. Funny may have been an informal or coded way for people to talk about gay individuals, particularly in times when homosexuality was criminalized and heavily stigmatized. Now that's fucked up.
that is fucked up.
There's a lot of gay comics then.
Why?
Because there's probably a lot of gay comics in that era who gay men used to be like, yo, he's so funny. No, he's funny. Like, make your stomach hurt funny. Like, I laughed my ass off funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably what the fuck it was.
I'll be honest, I don't know what's going on.
Because you're a funny comedian. That's why. Gay means happy.
Yeah.
And it's a funny.
I'll be honest, I don't know, man. I don't know.
You want to do some all memes matter? You want to pay some bills? What?
No, we could do a little all memes matter.
Okay, let's start with
Pay bills first.
Oh, God.
Damn.
All right.
Damn.
Go ahead.
We're not your kid. Fucking tell us what to do. Okay?
Yeah, it was a long segment already.
Knock it out, Schulz.
All right, I got you. Ready? All right, guys, let's take a break for a second. Listen, you sign up for something, forget about it. After the trial period ends, then you're charged month after month after month. Okay, subscriptions are there, but you're not using them. In fact, I just learned that 85% of people have at least one paid subscription going unused each month. That is money just getting burned up in your bank account. Thanks to Rocket Money, though, I can see all my subscriptions in one place, cancel the ones I'm not using anymore, and now I'm saving more money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions. I'm telling you guys right now, it can monitor your spending, help lower your bills so you can grow your savings. See all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. For ones you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them. Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you. They automatically scan your bills to find opportunities to save. Then you can ask them to negotiate for you. you. They'll deal with customer service so you don't have to. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of 500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/idiots today. That's rocketmoney.com/idiots, rocketmoney.com/idiots. Now, Charlamagne, you want to read Robinhood?
Yeah, man. Salute to Robinhood. All right, with Robinhood Gold, you can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions. The privileges of the very privileged are no longer exclusive. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive your 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account. Interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC. As of November 18th, 2024, Robinhood Financial LLC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC. Now let's get back to the show. Church announcements, Hezzy. What we got?
I got nothing right now, man. I got nothing right now.
You know, I
You
keep
do have a church announcement.
You know, I keep a lot.
He was really
interrupted.
Yes, I'm forgetting all
Yeah,
the
you
words.
got mom brain. I'm telling you, it's women's brains, they actually change while they're pregnant.
You said you were thinking about me a lot this weekend.
I absolutely was thinking about you a lot this weekend.
Why?
Well, because I'm just really excited for you.
Oh.
I texted you why.
I know you did, but unlike Charlamagne.
I don't believe it. I did get her a little card, though.
Aww.
I got her a card. I was at
What's the card say though?
I was at Greenlight Bookstore. We had a book signing for Anita Kopac's The Wind on Her Tongue, book 2 of the Daughters of Three Water trilogy, which is available now. We had a book signing for her, and there was an amazing card that had Rihanna on the front. It was Rihanna when she was pregnant, and she had her belly out, and it said, "I'm really happy for you." And when I opened, I signed it on the inside. What did I say? I forgot. I still don't believe you.
I'll just go along with
I don't believe you, but I'll go along with it. Congratulations. That's why I ain't put no money in the card. None of that. Okay? None of that. Okay? It's got you a little card, and the jury is still out.
I think she's pregnant.
Why do you think this?
Because she's saying.
Why? But Charlamagne, as long as you
Daphne said she was pregnant too. Daphne Springs said she was pregnant. I'm not going to tell the joke, Daphne. But Daphne, you said you was pregnant too.
When have I ever lied about that? Ever?
You've never been pregnant.
But I'm just saying though, like, when have I ever joked or anything about that?
How are you dealing with your pregnancy? How was the reaction online?
Oh, everyone was saying congratulations. I
Yeah?
appreciate the support. Yeah.
Yeah? Some good positive reinforcement?
Yes.
Good.
They loved your reaction though.
What was my reaction?
You just were genuinely happy. That's all.
I'm going to be genuinely happy too once we find out that this is real.
I told you what I was saying in the, I told you what I was saying in the, but in the text, it's just like the most amazing thing that will ever happen to you, and there's no way to describe it, and it just makes every aspect of your life better. And it's also the hardest thing you're ever going to do.
Yeah,
but it's like, you just look at them, and it's the coolest thing you've ever seen in your life every single day.
I mean, I feel the way when I guess now, because I'm having one now, but even when I see my nieces and nephew and stuff like that.
It's not the same.
Oh, dude, it is.
I'm sure.
You're going to look at your nieces and stuff like dogs.
Yeah, literally. They just don't matter.
No, seriously, you know how people be like, yo, my pets are my babies? Yeah, everybody said that till they get babies. And then you like,
Bro, last
you're
night,
not going to just let your baby go outside to piss.
This is so embarrassing, but like last night, now you know how like Instagram tells your friends what you like?
I hate that shit.
So last night, I don't know, I was like a little emotional or something like that. And Instagram caught me on a nice little rabbit hole. And it was just like.
Was this after you watched the Meatball and Peas?
Yeah, it was right after I did Meatball. No, they caught me on a nice little rabbit hole of like dads doing really dope shit or being really thoughtful, or, you know, when like a beautiful moments, you know, with a father and her kid or something like that. And I was sitting on the toilet, just bawling my fucking eyes off. It was, and then the next morning, I get a text to the group chat, and it's like, Yo, this new Instagram feature that shows your friends what you like is really telling about what content you guys enjoy online. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, be careful what you like.
How do we do it? Look at my. I don't like shit, so. I don't ever like shit. Ever.
Oh man, I had
like anything you've ever seen me like has been on accident. And I catch myself because I want to like that Fraggle Maggot and Peas video, but then like the American algorithm might take us down a rabbit hole that we're not ready for. Wait a minute,
yeah.
That's not rabbit. I know a rabbit hole when I smell one.
Shut up.
This ain't a rabbit hole.
Tell about her book, yo. Tell us about the book.
Tamika Mallory. I Live to Tell the Story, a memoir of love, legacy, and resilience. It'll be out February 11th. Bookstores everywhere. This is her second book. But Anita Kopac's The Wind on Her Tongue is out right now. You know what's crazy? This year makes 5 years of my book imprint, Black Privilege Publishing. Wow.
Bravo!
5 years ago, we started off the exact same way, but we started off with Tamika Mallory, State of Emergency first, and then Anita Kopac's Shallow Waters second. This year, we started off with Anita Kopac's The Wind on Her Tongue first, and then we doing I Live to Tell the Story, Tamika Mallory second. And we have an incredible announcement.
You lied, by the way.
What I lied about?
The Wind on Her Tongue, the title, and what it really means.
What did I say? I told you what the book is about.
What is... Whatever, I'm not going to do this with you again.
What? It is book 2 of the Daughter of Three Waters trilogy.
Yeah, but it's about a girl going down another girl, and she...
Oh my God.
Okay, listen.
That is the that is the title of the book, and I feel like for you to gaslight me and make me think that I'm saying something that's not true, I feel like it's unfair.
Where do we go?
Also, you know the greatest promo for a book is when I just start talking about it and how it's never going to come out for 2 years.
Anita Kopac's The Wind on Her Tongue is out right now.
What was the other one that you were promoting for like 2 years?
It was Tamika Mallory. It was State of Emergency. How to Win in the Country We Built.
No, it was the other one. It was the one about the mermaid or something.
Shallow Waters.
Shallow Waters.
And this is part 2 of Shallow
I had some
Waters.
good jokes about Shallow Waters. Bro.
Well, I got
I had some good jokes about
We're about to
Shallow
announce
Waters.
another one this week. I can't say it right now, but we're announcing another one this week. It's
I
a
know
big
it
one.
won't be Deep Waters. That's for sure.
Nah, this ain't Deep Waters. It's just interesting though.
Said, oh, we never told the story.
What story?
When we were in St. Bart's, and I finally got to see if he could breathe
Was I
underwater
breathing
or not.
underwater or not?
The second we're in the ocean, he dives in the ocean. He's trying to show off his little swimming. You know what I mean? Like, you know
Tell him.
No. He was trying to show off, like, you know how, like, when you're on a court and you're not, like, jumping and dunking, but you try and do some crossovers to let everybody know that you can hoop? Like, that was him. Like, he was getting his
representing for us.
You go
First
deep
of
into the
all,
water?
yes. Well, no, not really. But first of all, being that there was a lot of white people out there, I had to represent. They say we can't swim.
Nah, he went out there. He's like, I just want all y'all to know what you thought is wrong.
That's right.
And he was out there swimming. My man was swimming. Okay.
And then
So we go, yo, so now's the time to prove it. You say you could breathe underwater. Go for it. And Charlamagne goes, no problem. Goes underwater for about 20 seconds.
That's not true. That's not true.
Comes up and he goes, see?
I was down there for like.
I go, what?
I got bored.
He goes,
I could have
what?
stayed down there, but I got bored.
He goes, see? And we're like, what do you mean, see? He goes, ain't no way anybody could be down there that long if they weren't breathing underwater.
And then here comes Dove.
Here comes Dove.
Dove was underneath that water for at least 4 minutes, bro.
Yeah, but he was swimming like this, and his nose was like a submarine.
No, this is the funniest shit. Dove was under there for a long time to the point. I'm like, yo, where Dove at? Schulz was like underwater. I said, damn, he been under there for a long time. And Schulz was like, he's breathing through his asshole. Schulz said Dove was breathing through his ass. And so I'm like, yes, try it.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to breathe underwater?
No.
That's my point.
Why
Just
would you
try
try
it.
to?
Who says we can't do it? You've never tried it.
Our biology does.
Try
That's
it.
a good point. The biology does say that. That's a
Try
fantastic
it.
point.
Just try it.
People have tried it.
No, they haven't.
Yes, they
They
have.
panic. And
I've choked drinking water
Exactly.
before.
Yeah.
you ain't got no gag reflex. That's why you haven't moved up in this business enough. That way you want to. That's exactly why. You'd have 7 WTF studios if you had a better gag
Yo,
reflex.
for real.
You only got 2. Stop with the hand in the little
Forgot 5.
and get the fucking throat
I need
like
to see
a fucking man, Alex.
I need to see Alex's voice notes, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I need to see his voice notes. I need 10 Tylenol.
You know, learn to suck like a man.
Come on.
Like an entrepreneur.
Yeah, crazy.
Do you want to be successful in this business or not, Al? What?
I don't want to be that successful.
Do y'all want to watch the news report?
My
Y'all
God.
want to go straight to?
Nah,
Yo,
play the
that's
news
the
report.
best. That's the best video.
Detroit rapper.
Charlamagne.
Huh?
My God. The girl is doing a podcast and her wig falls off.
Oh, hilarious.
That is the best video.
Hilarious. Detroit rapper Dank Demoss does what? What does that say?
Sues Lyft.
Sues Lyft after being denied service due to her weight. Says she has been in cars smaller than that before. It really hurt my feelings. Okay.
Y'all want to watch the actual video?
Yeah, play the video, man.
What you saying?
Yeah, I got no space, Mom. My car is small.
I can fit in this car.
But believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me. So, I'm sorry.
What I'm gonna do about my money?
I'm gonna cancel you. You're not gonna be charged.
So you telling me I can't get in the Lyft because I can't fit in your car?
Yeah, you need to order a bigger car.
What makes you think I can't fit in the car?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What makes you think I can't fit in this car?
Because the car is small in the back. Believe
My
me.
best friend has a Benz that's newer than this that I can fit in. That's the same size.
All right.
I'm sorry.
We got it.
So you really telling
She could fit in the car.
I think the Lyft driver gave her great advice. He told her call Uber XL.
Now,
He did. He told her call Uber XL. I don't see the problem with any of this, bro.
She's trying to be cheap.
nah, she could fit in the car. Like, it's,
She can. She's gonna be uncomfortable, not the Lyft driver.
yeah, she
You
could fit
don't
in
know
the car.
that.
She could fit in the car.
Because
Yeah, but she gonna mess up
on
the
the partner.
suspension.
The suspension
Nah,
that
the
car might
suspension
start
gonna be
fucking hit the
fucked
back.
up.
So I'm saying, like, I don't have a problem with anything that he wasn't rude. He wasn't disrespectful.
I
He
think,
told her
yeah.
what the issue was. He could have been, you know what a rule would have been? Just driving off. Because he could have just did that. He could have
Yeah.
just canceled the ride and drove the
But what
fuck
if
off.
what if she jumped on the car?
Yes.
Nah, she ain't got that.
Why would she
He could have been, he gave her good advice. Go get Uber XL. He could have been like, yo, why don't you call forklift? But no, he didn't. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do that. He wasn't disrespectful. Like, he was not disrespectful. Like, there's a lot, like, we know assholes, bro. Like, he was not, there was a lot of empathy in what he was saying.
Do you hear this guy, man?
There was a lot, no.
Do you hear this guy? Why don't you call a forklift?
I didn't say that. No, I did say that, but what I mean is, I'm
Yo,
saying, I meant that.
Hasn't she lifted a fork enough?
Come on now.
It's what
Come
we
on
do.
now. Come on
It's what we do.
Come on, man.
It's what we do.
We don't even try, baby. Okay?
Damn,
It's
bro.
just-
Damn,
you
bro.
know, we can move on.
That's it.
We don't even have to talk about
That's it.
this
Ain't nothing
no
else to
more.
say.
Ain't
Ain't nothing
we
else
can
to say
move
over here.
on. We can move on,
That's
Taylor
fire,
Gang.
man.
What else we got, Taylor?
Well, can I just say something though? You
Yes.
said it earlier
What?
because y'all did Breakfast Club Court. Because in the news report they're trying to basically say like we shouldn't discriminate. Because now, you know, what if it was a Lyft driver trying to discriminate against a black person, like trying to equate that to.
Here's the thing, man. God bless Dank Demoss. You know, if her feelings are hurt, I'm sorry she had to go through this. But the reality of the situation is, when you are that size, people are going to make choices. And those choices may not be in your benefit. When you walking on a plane, somebody gonna be like,
Damn.
somebody gonna pull you to the side and be like, excuse me, you know,
Allah Akbar.
you supposed to.
You got to hit her with the Allah Akbar. Yo,
They're gonna be like, yo, you gotta buy 2 seats,
Nah,
maybe
nah.
3.
you know what she
Or
heard?
you might get a disrespectful ass flight attendant and be like, yo, why are you here? You should be flying cargo. But ain't nobody gonna do that. What I'm saying is there's assholes out here. And you don't have
You
to be
scream
one.
Allah Akbar. She just goes, did someone say Allah Snack Bar?
All you can eat snack bar. What? There's an all you can eat snack bar on the plane. Since when do planes have snack bars? Listen, all I'm simply saying is, I thought the guy handled it well. If she was at an amusement park,
Yeah.
they not gonna let her on certain rides.
Which ones?
None of them. She's real. What ride could she get on?
Bumper cars.
Nah, bro.
They just have her run around out there.
Listen, she be at Disney.
Stop, that's fucked up.
That
That fell too far.
She be at
That
Disney.
fell too far.
Well, listen, if she's at Disney, they not gonna let her get on It's a Small World. That's not that's not funny. None of this is funny.
Nah, that was funny.
On those cups that like turn.
The
into
magic
it.
teacups?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
She could.
I mean, she can go to SeaWorld and get paid.
All right. Okay. All right, Alex, you went too far.
No, that was crazy.
You went too
You should be able to
far.
sue. If you're walking around SeaWorld and someone throws a fish in your mouth out of nowhere, you should be able to sue. You should be able to sue SeaWorld for that. If you're just walking through SeaWorld, looking at the penguin exhibit, and someone goes, oh shit, one got out, and then throws a fish at your head, I'm not mature enough to talk about this, yo.
Right.
I'm not mature
Me
enough
neither,
to talk
man.
about
I'm
this.
not mature because I am a notorious fat shamer.
Yeah.
For decades.
I am a bigot of big backs. Yo, a woman called the radio station this morning and said, Charlamagne, you don't like big fat people anyway. That is not true. I love fat people, but you know what I love even more? Fat people jokes.
Fat people jokes are
Those they
good.
hit. We grew up in the era of your mama so fat.
Yeah.
Like that was how my brain was trained.
Yeah.
I originally learned how to tell fat jokes because of fat people.
Yeah. This is culture. This is our culture.
This is culture.
This is our culture. We can't. You're gonna tell us to
culture,
extinguish
man.
our culture?
This is culture,
Are you
man.
gonna say our culture's not welcome in this
And
country?
guess what? Every fat person I knew that was funny. They was funny. So
Hell
if you had
yeah.
them jokes for them, they was coming back with
I
jokes
bet
for
she
you.
got jokes. I bet she got jokes.
It's
rare that fat people got no jokes.
There was a fat girl in our school, man, in high school, man. She used to, I told y'all this before, she wore a purple Phoenix Suns starter jacket. And the logo of the Phoenix Sun is the sun, and it used to be on her back.
Yep.
And we used to go around her and just walk around in circles,
You're
just rotating around the sun, just rotating around the sun, over and over. Like,
And y'all probably made her cry.
never. She had jokes.
She had jokes.
She had jokes. I didn't grow up around since. There was, you know what's so funny? No, I'm gonna tell you something. The sensitive people I grew up around was other guys, and there's only one guy that was very, 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 very sensitive. Very sensitive. Very sensitive. And I refuse to say what it is. I've told the story before. Find old episodes of Brilliant Idiots if you want to hear that story. But he was sensitive.
But she was never sensitive. She just made fun of you.
Never sensitive.
She called you gay.
Listen, one day she fell.
You know what planet you were?
No. She didn't call me gay. She called me a Fraggleback. The 90s.
Yeah. But what planet were you rotating her?
Uranus?
There it is.
We're not mature enough for these conversations.
Clearly.
One day she fell. She was coming off the steps, and she fell, and she fell on her stomach.
Oh, no.
And she was on the ground like this, and we're dying laughing. She was laughing too because she couldn't get up. So she's doing this, and she's like, ha, 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 ha. Then after a while, she's like, all right, for real, help me. I can't get up.
And you helped her, of course.
No, I'm not that strong. I was fucking in fifth grade. I'm like, if nobody else is gonna help me, if nobody,
You try to help him. You know what I mean? You try to help this guy.
No, if nobody's gonna help me,
You can't do it by yourself.
I cannot do it by myself.
You got to get down there with her.
And you know what that lesson taught me?
What?
Lose some fucking weight.
And did that person end up losing weight and having a long, productive life?
I don't know, but you know why you need to lose weight?
It's healthy.
Think of your pallbearers.
Ooh.
A lot of us don't have that many friends. If you on Instagram and you 400 pounds, but you putting quotes like, my circle's so small, it's a dot. Who the fuck is gonna carry your casket?
They should drain them out for that.
What you mean?
Don't you think? Like,
Oh my God.
they don't need to die fat. Just drain them out.
Or cremate them.
Don't ask to talk about serious shit, man.
We're not mature
mature
Yo,
enough.
she's a rapper, so like you said, she's getting this much attention.
She got bars, probably.
She got plenty of them.
Kit
Hershey's, Kit Kat, Three Musketeers, Snickers. Stop! I told you to go, Taylor. I
Go
told
to
you leave
another
this-
topic,
I told you
yo.
to leave this topic a long time ago, but you kept on.
Yo,
I've
we're
been
not
told you to leave
mature
this
enough,
topic.
Taylor.
You weren't
Taylor,
listening.
we're
Taylor.
not mature enough.
Not
I'm
mature
trying
enough.
to tell you
I'm in
this.
here sweating and shit.
Hopefully, y'all are mature for this one.
What?
Oh, man.
I gotta get a hand towel. I'll be right back. I'll be back. When you get the ice, I'll be back.
Oh my gosh.
Let me tell you something, man. U.S. Senate candidate Sam Parker calls to deport Selena Gomez. She fires back. This is the energy I like, yo.
From whom?
Both.
Talk to me.
Because Selena was expressing her feelings, rightfully so. She was upset because there's so many Mexicans being deported, and she play the clip, Taylor. Play the clip.
I'm so sorry. All my people are getting attacked. The children. I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
So Selena broke down about the deportation of Mexican people following Trump's executive orders. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. Now, what did the senator say? Sam Parker. Is he a senator?
Well, real quick before we go to what he said.
It was only 3 words.
Oh, deport Selena Gomez.
Deport Selena Gomez.
Okay, so okay. First of all, like, it is weird to like post videos of yourself crying on the internet. I do find that weird because it seems a little performative. So I understand that, but like being really sad that people are getting sent home, and not people who have committed crimes, not like murderers, not rapists, not gang members, like people who did come here illegally, but they have families here and they have a life here, and being sent home and feeling emotional about that is okay.
Absolutely.
I empathize with that feeling. I think we should all feel sad about that. Like you can also feel like illegal people should be sent away and sad that their lives are being disrupted. Both of those things can exist. You don't have to do this deport Selena Gomez shit so that you can get a bunch of fucking retweets. Like, that's corny politics to me.
Corny politics.
Yeah.
But slaps on social media.
But it don't hit that hard. Like, if you're gonna do it, it gotta hit hard.
But doesn't it speak to their base?
But like, I'll be honest with you.
Go to Selena's response.
What did she say?
I just like the energy of it all. I like the fact that Selena felt the way she felt. He felt the way he felt, but then Selena didn't play victim. That's right.
What she say?
She didn't come back like, I'm sad. That was disrespectful. Blah blah blah. Find it, Taylor.
She said kill Sam Parker.
No.
Someone else.
She ain't go that crazy.
What'd she say? What did Selena say?
Where's it at, Taylor?
Picked up illegal.
Just put Selena Gomez response. Oh yeah. Oh, Mr. Parker, thanks for the laugh and the threat. Because that's what it was. It was a laugh and it was a threat.
I guess.
I like the response. I like the response, man.
I need bars. Who is Sam Parker? Where is he?
I think he's Utah.
He's Utah? I like the response. I just like the energy of this because here's the reality of the situation. Yes, people are getting sent home, that are here illegally, but they're making a show of it. So if they're going to make a show of it, then the people who are against it should make a show of it too.
I don't like this. Like, I like sending away criminals. I like sending away people who have broken the law. But I'm just like, lock up that border, build the wall, make the border as secure as fucking possible. Nobody can sneak in. And the people who already have like established lives, families here who are working, being productive, maybe hopefully one day citizens of America, sending them back for optics.
So
I don't think
text your
that's
guy.
What do you mean text him? I told him that day when I spoke to him.
Oh, you did on the
Yes, of course. And I asked him specifically for this.
I think most people are on board with deporting any illegal that has committed a crime.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's bipartisan support of that. I think the tricky thing comes, and honestly, I have empathy. Like, you're a business owner.
Yeah.
There's been people, I'm not trying to out you, but like there's been people I'm sure that might not have had like legal citizenship that have maybe worked in various businesses.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like, I've definitely been taken care of as a kid by people that weren't legal, babysitters and stuff. So there are people that maybe would like a path to citizenship that I have a lot of empathy for.
You have to start with the criminals.
Agreed.
Okay, look.
But maybe we can.
It's very tough.
Maybe we can open our hearts a little bit to the people who are trying to be, good, hardworking Americans.
I do remember that part.
Yeah, listen, everything that I felt in that interview, I asked. Everything that was important for me, and this was an important thing for me.
Yeah, it's interesting. Here's the thing that's interesting to me about it, right? If Latinos voted for Donald Trump, more than 50% of Latinos voted for Donald Trump.
But they don't want the illegal immigration too. The illusion is that they are okay with the illegal immigration just because they're Latinos. And that is, like we were talking about, cultural misunderstanding. If you were Latino, but you've lived in America for 2 generations, you feel like a lot of conservative Americans feel about illegal immigration.
As Ida Rodriguez once said, there's a lot of Latinos who think that they're white.
No, that doesn't make you white. That
no,
just
it don't
makes
make you white, but some of them
American.
culturally have adopted a lot of conservative values.
But conservative doesn't make white. Like, I think every immigrant that comes to America is conservative. Like, literally, the countries that they come from and they leave, the values of those countries reflect conservative values much more than liberal ones. You think these people coming from these third world oppressed countries are like, yeah, we should... No, not at all. They're like, what the fuck is going on? Why is my kid coming home from school going, he said, I don't have a gender. They are far more conservative. If you are immigrating from a place that is a third world country where you are an oppressed group and you're seeking asylum here, I guarantee you your values align with conservatives way more than they do liberals.
Absolutely. But I can put the clip in, but this is when she was on my TV show. She was just speaking to Latinos who actually think they're white. Well, not just conservative.
There are Latinos that are white. Like, that's another thing. Just because you're from Mexico is a country like America's a country. It has white people, it has black people, it has Asian people, it has brown people, it has indigenous people. Like, there are plenty of white Mexicans. Canelo Alvarez is a white Mexican.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I think that's a lot of times our perspective on these. We think we're the only country that got white people.
100%.
In America, us in Canada. But there are white people in Argentina that immigrated there from fucking Italy.
And you know what's so interesting
about Germany? We should look into them.
And what's so interesting about what you said, Canelo Alvarez to some Mexicans isn't Mexican enough. That's the critique of Canelo Alvarez. Like, he's a white Mexican. He's not a Mexican, whatever the fuck that means.
And then, so there's the cultural divide there. There's their own racism. There's their own like colorism, that exists in these countries as well.
I would just think politically, if 50% of all Latinos, voted for you, you would just move a little different. And he said before the election, I think it was before, maybe it was after the election, he said that he was going to look at these things on a case-by-case. Oh, that was the pardons. I'm bugging.
Yeah, that was the pardons.
But he should have looked this. He should be looking at this on a case-by-case basis. Like all the criminals, sure. But you know what they'll say? They'll say being here illegally is a crime.
Well, I would say that they've committed a crime here.
That's how I feel. Like,
I think we should start with that. Why don't we start with everybody that's committed a crime here? You get them out, right? That's number one. Let's start with that and then see where we go from here.
Yeah.
But I don't think it has to start with the blanket thing. I think that's a little bit more for optics and supporting your base. But
I think shit real. I know a family that had to leave Tuesday because one of the parents was illegal.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and it's like they live here. Like, the kid was born here, all of that. But you think you just gonna send one back? Imagine being married and they just send your significant other back. You just gonna let them go back and you're not gonna go back? Like,
sad.
It is incredibly sad. And that's why I think there has to be another way. I think there's not a single American that is against sending back criminals. Like, I don't know any American that would be like, yeah, we should keep the people who illegally come here and then commit crimes here. I don't know one American that would be against that.
By the way,
that would unite both parties.
That's the show that they should put on. Like, instead of having Dr. Phil out there and they're just showing him lock up, illegals. If you're going to do it, plaster what they did. This is such and such, he committed a murder. This is such and such, he did a robbery. This is such and such, he was. Like, do that, and then it'll make more sense.
And then if their families choose to go back with them, you go, well, maybe you should have cared more about your family and shouldn't have committed a crime here.
Yeah.
Because his decisions have impacted his family, right? You decide to commit crimes. You decide to break the law. You decide to do these things. But if you got hardworking people who are here illegally, like, I don't think we need to start with them.
But that's why a guy like Sam Parker would make that, would say that to Selena Gomez. Because in Sam Parker's mind, we're deporting the worst of the worst. That's it. That's his mentality. So if you're crying about us sending back the worst of the worst, I'm going to hit you with this.
Well, prove it's the worst of the worst.
I think his mentality is, you're Spanish, you aren't from here either.
Right.
I think that's his mentality.
No, I don't know. I can't.
That's the first thing you go to.
I don't think so. I think he's just trying to be inflammatory.
Yeah, I think he was trying to say, like, if you're supporting these people, you can go too. That's what I think. That's what I took from it.
But the family,
but the fact she's Spanish, yes, I understand that.
I think if she was a white FL Taylor Swift, she wouldn't have said that.
No, the family I know wasn't a criminal at all.
That's what I'm saying.
They just were here. They were here illegally, which is a crime. But they didn't commit a crime. They didn't commit a violent crime or anything.
Why take your whole family back? Just go back to where you're from.
Oh man, can you? I wouldn't even.
No. Wait for it. You got here once illegally. You know what I mean? Like,
you know how dangerous it is to cross.
Son, it's not like y'all haven't spoken to enough illegals. Like I
you be speaking to that illegal.
Son, I used to work in restaurants for decades. I spoke to them about their stories coming. These motherfuckers would pop back for a quinceañera, then come back illegally again.
I we hear about a lot of killing and the fucking cartels.
Yeah, there are
Stuff
definitely
happening
stories,
at the
obviously,
border.
especially if you're getting a coyote, basically a person who's a smuggler, and being indebted to them is different than if you have a job here, you have savings, your
Why the
wife
fuck
is
would
also
they want
working.
a coyote?
Well, that's,
Why not the road runner? That's who you should be chasing. Why would you? Why the coyote?
You really are too immature.
yeah, we can't have these combos, bro.
What you mean? First of all, this is our culture. This is brilliant Indian culture.
Yeah, that is brilliant Indian culture,
you
bro.
go-
We've created a culture.
Yes, this is our culture, okay?
500,000 people
Yes.
every single week are deciding not to take things too seriously. No, are deciding that we do not have the maturity to have these smart discussions.
500,000.
Millions.
Yeah, it's more than how much is it, Chris?
Well, I'm saying after we kick the illegals.
Oh, no, we do have a heavy Mexican. You know what I realized we have a heavy Mexican fan base? When we had Letty on, and we started a lie about how Van hates Mexicans.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that kind of still sticks to him a little bit.
No way.
Yeah.
Van hates Mexicans?
No, remember we said that back in the day.
He does, though. I have seen him do a few things.
You think so?
No, I remember the way he would like, dude, like the busboy would come to take his plate and he'd like tip it over and the food would fall on the floor and he'd like pick that shit up.
No, that's what they should have sent for, what's her name?
Who?
The rapper from Detroit, what's her name?
Dank Moses.
Yeah. Should have sent her a van.
I mean, it's like...
Listen, man, we shoot.
Listen to the track, bitch. Girl, the way you moving got me in a trance.
What else we got, Taylor? Nah, it's a crazy week. This was a crazy week, man. Trump kept promises, bro. If you voted for Donald Trump, he told you he was going to do all of these things, and he's doing them. So if this is what you want, you getting what you want. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Start with illegals, man. Don't do this.
I like that you don't like this.
But I never liked it.
You did. You told him. I remember. I remember.
No, you know that the...
you should clip that.
Yo,
Now the time, flagrant memes. That's the clip.
Yeah, put it out.
Clip that part and put that out. Now is the perfect time to put that clip
I
out.
agree. I agree.
You know what I mean?
Shout out Mexicans, bro. The greatest. We might be the luckiest country in history to have a neighbor next door that is that awesome. Like I think there are very few people who are upset at the cultural influences in America from the Mexican people.
To be honest with you, I don't even see what the issue is. Here's the thing: forget the race of the people.
If the culture, the energy.
If you're not,
incredible.
but I'm saying if you're not from here, and you get the privilege of living in this great country, and you commit horrendous crimes,
gotta go.
You should be deported
immediately.
Period. You know what I mean? Because it's not. That's the other thing. It's not just Mexicans. Like it's Haitians, it's Africans,
Guatemalans,
it's
Chinese, 100%.
It's Indian. India got a big illegal immigrant.
Do they?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Look it up.
I thought they got the H-1B visas.
Yeah, some of them, not all of them. No, I was just reading about it the other day. I meant to ask Vivek about that when we had him on the show.
Yeah.
You see, they got Vivek the fuck up out of Doge.
We were talking about that. They did.
Oh, he did the show?
Yeah.
Oh, word, dope.
Yeah, I think him and Elon had different ideas for Doge, and Elon was like, well, my idea is the idea for Doge.
I think Vivek got sporty with those tweets.
Oh, that they also.
That's what I think. I think Vivek got sporty with those tweets and was calling them lazy Americans and basically saying, this is why y'all got to bring us over here, blah, blah, blah. And they did not like that shit. The MAGA reaction to that was,
big.
Yes. And
big.
I think that, and I told him, I was like, I said, listen, I hear everything you're saying about the Elon and all that shit, but I don't believe nothing you're saying right now. I believe they got you the fuck up out of here because of those tweets and because of the fact that,
But the irony is that Elon is the perfect example to prove Vivek's point. Elon not from here.
Yeah.
Just remember that before you cancel the H-1B visas, your boy Elon is here on an H-1B visa.
What you think about Elon with the Hail Hitler, bro?
I don't think this is a perfect example. This is a perfect example of like the ridiculousness that you just have to acknowledge. So what we do forever in politics, both sides do this, is like they'll do something bad, whether it's on purpose or a mistake, and then they'll just gaslight the opposition instead of just acknowledging it. Yeah, it looked fucking insane. So what you should do is get on Twitter and be like, yo, that looked fucking insane. I just saw the video, not what I meant at all. That looked crazy. What you don't do is go, oh, you guys are being absurd. You guys are being crazy. Stop playing around. Because that's what Democrats did for 4 years, and that drove Republicans crazy. Anytime Republicans ask a question about something, they're like, "Why? What's up with the hormones and the kids?" They're like, "Oh, that's not a big deal. Stop making a big deal."
Don't tell me I'm not seeing what I'm seeing.
Exactly. And all you have to do is acknowledge, right, what's wrong. Now, here's the problem with politics. The second you acknowledge what's wrong, the opposition uses it against you to get you to fuck out of here, right? So, like, Newsom can't go, yeah, we might have made some mistakes that, it wasn't our intention for these decisions that we made to affect the fires negatively, but we made some decisions that affected the fires negatively, and we wish we could have made a different choice that would have potentially limited what happened with these fires. He can't say that because then Republicans are going to beat him over the head and get him the fuck out of here.
But the crazy
so
part
then you lie. You just gaslight.
But it's obvious.
That's to us.
Like, we
obvious.
see it. We see the legislation. We see the budget cuts to the fire department. We see these things. Like it happened. Like
yeah, but you also see Trump never take accountability for anything he does, and now he's the president. So
that don't have.
You're not incentivized to.
Yo, I keep telling y'all, Trump is not the president because of anything other than great promotion and marketing.
How much you want to bet?
Part of the great marketing is never admitting to doing anything wrong.
Here's how you will be able to tell if Elon thought it was inappropriate or not. Does he do it next time he's on stage? If he doesn't do it the next time he's on stage, he's acknowledging that it made people feel uncomfortable. It was a little weird. And it's probably not something that he should do, and it distracts from the issues what they're trying to get accomplished. Yeah. If he continues to do it, then he really doesn't believe it's an issue. But my suspicion is he will not continue to do it because he saw how it made people feel.
I don't think Elon gives a fuck about how people feel.
Oh, I think he cares.
Nah.
I think
that's the thing. Like, even when I saw the ADL and the statement that they put out, which was
because they defended him,
it was so weak. It's like, come on, bro. Yeah,
what do you mean?
So weak.
I was very disappointed.
Wait, do y'all think he's really a Nazi and waited for that day to let everybody know, Nazis are popping?
Pull up the ADL statement. No, it ain't about this.
Andrew, you can do something stupid and wrong and also not be a Nazi.
How long have you known me, Schulz?
12 years.
One thing I love, consistency. Mm-hmm. You cannot be the ADL and then all of a sudden a guy throws up 2 Hail Hitlers and you say, let's give him some grace. The ADL don't ever give nobody.
It was also the tweet. That tweet was. There's not a lot of stuff.
Well, that's when the ADL started. The ADL.
There's not a lot of stuff that offends me. He tried to make a pun on different SS. I wrote it down.
Well, the ADL came back and said they talked.
That I was like, yo, fuck
got
you,
him for
man.
That.
Like
what did he say? What did he say?
Don't say Hess. A play on Hess to Nazi accusations. Some people will gobbles down anything. Stop goring your enemies. His pronouns would have been he, Himmler. Bet you didn't not see that coming.
And that's what the ADL, the headline.
Like, yo, fuck you.
But see, the ADL took issue with the Nazi puns, but they defended them for the 2 Hail Hitlers. But I think that they only took offense to the Nazi puns because of the backlash they got because they didn't come out strong enough against the Hail Hitlers.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You don't even have to go up and apologize. You can just validate how it made some people feel. You don't have to say I'm a bad person. You don't have to say that I believe these things that people are saying about me. You just have to be like, yo, I watched it. That shit looked crazy. It was not how it made people feel was not what my intention was at all. I probably got to find a different salute next time I'm on stage. If you just said that.
We said what Elon should say weeks ago.
What was it?
I'm retarded.
That also works.
That's it.
That also works.
I'm just saying, if someone tells you who they are, believe.
I
and then he told
Andrew, that tweet is wild.
And then he had a crazy.
The tweet is wild.
And then he told Germans to move past the guilt. Like you can't tell the people who say never forget to move past the guilt, bro.
I mean, I think you can. I think you Germans now, the ones that had nothing to do with it and they're 25 years old, can move past the guilt. I don't think you have to feel guilty for the sins of your grandfather. Like, you don't feel guilty for the sins of your grandfather. You don't feel guilty for the sins of yours. You don't feel guilty for the sins of yours. I don't feel guilty for the sins of mine. So I think there is something to it. Is it the right time for him to tweet that out? No. But I think there is... I think there's a little space between, yes, this is Elon coming out as a Nazi, and yes, this is a guy who fucked up. Like, I think if we allow that grace for both parties, I think we'll have way better communication.
But the ADL can't allow this grace. The ADL said this is a delicate moment. It's a new day, and yet so many are on edge. Our politics are inflamed, and social media only adds to the anxiety. It seems that Elon Musk made an awkward gesture in a moment of enthusiasm, not a Nazi salute. But again, we appreciate that people are on edge. In this moment, all sides should give one another a bit of grace, perhaps even the benefit of the doubt, and take a breath. This is a new beginning. Let's hope for healing and work toward unity in the months and years ahead. Bro, Kyrie Irving just posted a book.
Yeah, it was disappointing.
Kyrie Irving posted a book.
But what was the book?
It was a book off YouTube.
No, it was a movie.
Amazon. It was a movie.
It was a link
to a movie.
Yeah,
where
I think that's listen. I think it's a little different if Elon is posting. What is Hitler's book again?
Mein Kampf.
If he's posting Mein Kampf, I think that there's going to be some criticism of it. If Kyrie's posting a book that
a movie
that reinforces some of these anti-Semitic tropes, I think there can be some pushback on it.
But can I not watch a movie?
No, you can watch whatever you want to watch.
And by the way, he didn't put no context to it. That's my point. I want to know what the context is. Like, they didn't even put context. They jumped on Kyrie without knowing anything. That's my point.
So then put context.
And that's my point.
Yeah.
But Kyrie didn't put no context. They didn't. All I'm saying is they didn't give Kyrie
They
grace.
established a precedent. And
I wouldn't compare these two.
Well, forget Kyrie.
This is what I would say. If you took, look, I've seen all the stuff with the other politicians giving similar.
I hate that. That's stupid
right.
too.
But anyway, let's just say you take the his motion, whatever it was, and isolate it. Yes, I can see what you're saying.
It was too many fingers.
But when you add the speech in Germany on one side of that, when you add that tweet on the other side of it, I have a very hard time.
Can I just be honest?
And also before that, they said he was letting so much anti-Semitic rhetoric go up on Twitter.
Too many fingers.
Well, you're German, so you tell me.
I mean, as a German person, you can go like this.
Explain this, because
you can go like this and go.
Don't do it. Oh.
You can go like this and you go. That's cool. This.
Oh, you're
you
saying
can even
the
go like that.
The full fingers is.
The second you get more than like 3 fingers involved, that's where it gets crazy.
That's what every guy said at a Diddy free call. Every guy at a Diddy free call said it's
We're not mature enough. Don't ask us these things.
All I'm simply saying is I've seen the ADL call people anti-Semitic for way less.
Yes.
I've seen the ADL label people anti-Semitic for way less.
Sure.
But you know what the reality of the situation is?
What?
Can't nobody do nothing to Elon Musk.
Yep.
You can't do nothing to Elon Musk. He's the richest man in the world.
Bro, that's
you can't
what
take
happens.
nothing from him.
That's what happens.
Like, people ain't giving up their Teslas.
Jordan did the Hitler mustache. Nobody says shit. He did it in a Hanes commercial.
What?
Yeah.
He did the Hitler mustache in a Hanes commercial.
Did he say Hail Haynes?
No.
But
he was like, these whites are the greatest whites you've ever seen.
All right. We got any
I just have one theory. I think he was sitting next to Zuckerberg, sitting next to Bezos and all that. He's like, yo, I bet you $100 million I can get on stage and throw a salute up and get away with it.
So 2 Jews wanted to see him do that?
No, I think they're like, yo,
Maybe he was sitting next to them and he got annoyed. And he's like, I
Well,
had
that
enough.
too. But I think it's just big money.
Alex, where'd you get this from?
No. It's just it's brilliant idiots.
I know, but why? Like, what? That was like,
They were sitting next to each other, and you have billions of dollars. The world is just fun. Like, he can get away with anything he wants to do right now, and he's like, yo, I bet you I'll do that. And they're like, for a crazy amount of money, he's like, no, you won't. And then he hit it twice.
All I'm saying is we're misinterpreted constantly. People take the things that we say and do out of context and use them for their own rhetoric that supports whatever they already feel constantly. So I am empathetic to somebody being misunderstood, even if they do something that on paper looks fucking horrible or on video looks horrible.
Then why send the tweet?
I can't. Listen, here's the thing.
But you know why? Because now he's in the position of, we don't have to double down to cancel culture, blah, blah, blah. He's missing the nuance of it. You're not taking a knee and bending over for cancel culture. That's not what it's about. You saw the video. You put too many fingers up. You could do the same thing with one finger, and now it's like Kobe or some shit.
Let's not do right now what we're accusing other people of doing. We saw what we saw. Now, what was their intention behind it? What was the reason for it? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
But it was a hell Hitler. You know
No. There's no question it was the exact same gesture.
Yeah.
The question is, what is the intent behind it?
I don't think that matters, though.
Well, it doesn't matter to the people that just want to believe whatever they want to believe.
Yeah, because I can't think of any scenario where somebody who's not the richest man in the world can do a hell Hitler anywhere in America and still just thrive the next day. Because do it right now.
Pleasure.
I pledge allegiance. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's certain. We just know. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
It was whack. I didn't like
That shit was whack. But guess what? There's nothing you can do to Elon.
Nothing.
But that's why the ADL has to be consistent, because that's speaking truth to power is where you are useful.
The ADL should have jumped out the window,
right?
Put down a hard statement, because they know they can't do nothing to him except for give a hard statement. You know what I mean? That's it. Shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, salute to Gillie the King, man.
Yo, shout out Gillie, man.
Bruh, first of all, I love Gillie and Wallow. Like, those are two good brothers who deserve everything that they are currently, receiving in the world. But when we talk about the culture of a city, we talk about people who mean something to their city, Gillie the King literally has everybody doing his Philadelphia Eagles dance.
Blow the whistle.
Blow the whistle. I was looking on Apple's music charts. Blow the Whistle was the #1 song in Philadelphia.
Wow.
And you got people from all races. I'm watching Asian people and white people and all of these different people doing Gillie's dance. I'm not going to do it because I'm not an Eagles fan. You know what I mean? But he loves the Eagles so much. Him and the little midget that be in the Philadelphia Eagles uniform. I'm not the uniform, the costume. Yeah. And then the white dude that comes across the street with the broom. So you watching all of these videos of people doing Gillie dance and people got the broom. And the video that, it wasn't a video, it was a picture that really touched me, man. And it's funny because I was watching it, and as I was watching the picture, Wallow called me. But I'm watching the picture, the guy that has the broom goes, man, this was the best day of my life, because I guess Gillie took him to a game, and he was like, yo, this was the best day of my life. Thank you, Gillie, for putting some life into this old man.
Yo.
Wow.
Bro, Gillie going to heaven, bro.
No, perfect example right here of investing in your city. I think a lot of times people, when they, don't come from like the big marquee city, what they do is they either adapt to the big city they move to, and they forget about kind of where they're from.
That's real.
The people who constantly reinvest in their base get so much love from those people that are used to famous people leaving. There's so much appreciation. And one, you never lose your authenticity. He could go be a superstar for around the world, as he is. People listen to him around the country. But we know that he's being authentic because he continues to support this city that is not like a New York or LA. Or even in Atlanta. Like, it's really awesome to see that.
Schulz just hit one out the park. That's why I represent Mount Corner, South Carolina the way that I do.
Constantly.
843 the way that I do. But the thing about Gillie, the reason Gillie and Wallow are able to do this, because it's a rap thing. And let me explain. You've had superstars that have come out of Philly, and they say they're from Philly, but rappers rep their cities different. Like, no, I'm not knocking none of these guys, because I love all of them. Will Smith, The Roots, not The Roots, Will Smith, Kevin Hart, who?
Kevin, I said, yeah.
They say they from Philly, but it's not the same as when Meek Mill says they from Philly, or Gillie says they from Philly. Rappers give places identity. Like, Jay-Z made Empire State of Mind. Like, it's something about I made the Yankee hat more famous than the Yankees can. That's true. It's a truth to that.
And to be honest, like, even Jay bringing the Nets to Brooklyn, he didn't bring the Nets to Queens. He didn't
Brooklyn.
So it's almost like it was Jay reps New York, but it's like his borough.
That's right.
Yeah, it's really cool. I love it. I love to see people do that.
So being that Gillie's a former rapper, but now he's an entrepreneur, podcaster, he still reps Philly.
He's putting on those fights in Philly
as a rapper.
Yeah, you see him in the streets in Philly all the time.
See him in the streets of Philly, him and Wallow. That's right. There's studios on the outskirts of Philly. Absolutely.
Anyway, I just think it's really cool when people do that. It's easy to be seduced by the big lights of LA, and I guarantee both of them have had a million meetings of people saying, move to Los Angeles, or even saying, move to New York, or whatever it is. The fact that they continue to reinvest in their community, and it's not just putting on an Eagles outfit. Man. When they put on that boxing match, it's in Philly. You could do it somewhere else.
When you go to $1 million worth of game, unless they're traveling, but when you go to do $1 million worth of game, you're going to their studio in Philly. I've been to the house. Like, yeah, man.
Let this be a lesson for young people that are getting into entertainment. Do not run away from your home.
At all.
You will have so much love and appreciation if you continue to invest in your home. And it will really build your identity. It's awesome.
Now, the important question.
What?
Do we have a shot in the game?
Yes.
I mean, I know we have a shot.
No. You got to beat the refs. You got to beat the Chiefs and the refs. The Eagles are actually, if you ask me, the Eagles are a better team this year than the Kansas City Chiefs.
Don't matter. Kansas City Chiefs just got levels, bro. They just got different levels, and they can rise whenever they need.
I want the Eagles to win. I feel it's been a great city to
America wants the Eagles to win.
Yeah.
Like, how can you not root for the Eagles? But the Kansas City Chiefs just have this guy named Patrick Mahomes on the team that might go down as the greatest quarterback in the history of the game.
Got a long way to go.
There's a long way to go. Don't get me wrong. But what he can do out there
fantastic.
Is like...
I'm going to be honest with you. I just don't want the Chiefs to win because I'm sick of Taylor Swift. I don't want to see goddamn Taylor Swift. I can't stand that shit. I hate it. I hate when Travis Kelce is up there giving his speech and then they cut to Taylor. They're not even married. Getting married, and then I'll start respecting it.
Yo.
They're not married, yo.
Yo, that's a great point, man.
Why, like,
no cutaways unless it's a wife.
Unless it's a wife.
Yeah, I don't want to see cutaways. Yo, they might just be friends.
You know what I'm saying?
They might just be friends.
Come on, man.
Nah.
That's what we don't even, man.
Speaking of marriage.
Oh, it's coming.
They better.
No, we are looking at rings.
Good. Good. I want to be looking at one on your hand.
Who's looking at rings?
He already gave me one.
This has to stop.
Why are you
this
mad?
has to
Charlamagne, can you be happy that I'm in love? Like, why? Why? You know why Charlamagne's upset? Because he can't joke with me no more. Now he has to joke on every other girl.
Nah, it is true. It is true. You can't make fun of a pregnant woman, man.
Who can't?
You.
What you mean?
You got.
Not even before
He got to keep saying
pregnant.
you're not pregnant.
But no, even before I got pregnant, he was like, "Damn, like he."
Because she had a man.
Yeah, now.
You know what I'm saying? The only bad part about Taylor being pregnant and having a man is she's giving hope. To all
Why is that bad?
Because they don't need to have no hope. They a lot of them need to change. See, Taylor. No, let's talk about this before we go to ads, right? Matter of fact, let's talk about it now. Let's talk about the timeline. Because see, I'm a consistent person, right? Last year, was it last year? Maybe it was the end of last year. I don't remember when it was. I just remember we would ask Taylor, what's going on in your life, whatever. I'm not having sex right now. I'm on a spiritual journey.
Yes.
Did you not say this?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she was serious about it. She wasn't having sex. She was on a spiritual journey, blah, 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 this and that. Cool. What does that tell me? Taylor was doing the work on herself. Taylor was doing some internal work, some spiritual work. She was becoming the woman she wanted to be to possibly attract the mate that she wanted. And even if you weren't doing it for that, you were on a spiritual journey and the universe said, you know what? I like what you're doing. Voila. Now.
He was intentional too. He wants to be married and everything else too.
So he was on a spiritual journey.
Yeah.
So you was on a spiritual journey. This man was on. Did y'all know y'all was on spiritual journeys together?
When we talked about it, yeah.
Wow. You see what I'm saying?
They were doing the internal work.
That's right. So the moral of the story. So the moral of the story is people got to go do the work on themselves.
They do.
Be the person be the best version of yourself, and then the best version of other people will show up for you.
I think also women have a heart. Well, I shouldn't say women. I just know a lot of people that don't know how to be by themselves and really, like you said, do the work.
And you did that.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
It's scared to be alone.
Yeah. So yeah, you know what? You just gave me hope. You gave me hope that Sim and Lauren. They'll remain single. Oh, Nyla will find somebody. No, Nyla will. No, they won't. Nyla will because Nyla does actually the work on herself, and she'll find the right person.
My nanny, before we did this is so funny. My nanny walked in and I think I got big points with my nanny today. She walked in, I was like, how's everything going? She's like, God is good. And I just go, all the time. And she goes, what did you just say? I go, yeah, all the time. She goes, I like that. I like that a lot.
Is she black?
Say what? She's from Trinidad.
Okay.
Yeah. She's Indian though.
I don't know. Okay. Is she?
Oh my God.
Legal?
I knew it.
I thought he was going to say something else.
Nah, is she legal?
No. That was when she was getting deported.
Oh.
Yeah. She was getting taken out in handcuffs, and I was like, yo.
She's
like, God is good. I said, all the time, see you later.
That's the truth. You go home today and be like,
she's legal.
She'd be like, hey, Mr. Schulz, see you tomorrow.
She's legal.
She's legal.
She's legal. She's legal.
Okay. Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. It's playoff time, and it's now or never. Don't miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. You can now win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. Prize Picks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Prize Picks now offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5, okay? You don't even need to win to receive a $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. You think Patrick Mahomes is going to get more than 250 passing yards in the Super Bowl? Huh? Will Saquon Barkley rush for more than 1.5 touchdowns? Well, cook up some hot takes with your friends and we'll win real money this football season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks, okay? Download the app today and use code IDIOTS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. After you download the Prize Picks app today and use code IDIOTS. I'm going to tell y'all a good game to do. How many cut for the Super Bowl? How many times will they cut away to Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl? That's a good one. And what other special guests will Kendrick bring out? And how much? Ooh, here's a good one. What verse from Not Like Us will Kendrick play? Or will Kendrick just do the hook and keep it moving?
He's not even gonna play that song.
Yes, now you don't believe it anymore?
But Prize Picks, run your game. Back to the show. We don't have more ads, right, Taylor?
Two more.
Two more. God damn.
Zoc
If
Doc
you don't
and
say the
Morgan
line,
Morgan.
if you don't say the line,
What,
You want to do Zoc Doc?
yeah, but if you don't say the line, it's soft.
What line?
You got the Super Bowl because of the song. If you don't do the song and say the line, what's the point?
Which line are you talking about?
The pedophile one.
No, I wouldn't do it. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't do it not because, and I said this way before any lawsuits and stuff. I wouldn't do it because I wouldn't. That's not my moment. Like I hate people who think Kendrick Lamar is only at the Super Bowl because they're Not Like Us.
Yeah, he is there.
He's not though. This guy's had an amazing career. If he didn't have Not Like Us, Kendrick could still do the Super Bowl. This is his second time.
Not this year, but he could, but not this year.
Well, okay, to that point, right?
Yeah, it was the biggest song this year. That's not saying it's not deserved. It's
I get what
absolutely
you're saying.
deserved. It's the right person to have.
Absolutely.
But because of the hit song, it's like.
But then he put out a fantastic album. Like, Kendrick could not do Not Like Us and still have an incredible, beyond incredible set.
Right.
I don't need to hear I don't need to hear any diss record at the Super Bowl. And I'm about to say how many people really even know these records that'd be stupid. Everybody knows about the Drake Kendrick diss because it was the two biggest rappers, two of the biggest artists in the world.
Which
going
is
at
what
each
you
other.
want to see.
I wouldn't give Drake that moment. I just wouldn't.
Why do you think it's his? Why do you think that's his moment though?
I wouldn't mention my op on the biggest stage.
You don't gotta say his name.
I would do the hook. I literally would do. I had a marching band in New Orleans. They Not Like Us. They didn't had a crowd thing, and then go on to another record.
Yeah,
Explosion, boom.
I can see him doing that. Like,
That's what I would do.
I can see the
I'm
crowd.
not mentioning Baca at the Super Bowl. I'm not mentioning Party at the Super Bowl.
That shit is soft.
I don't want to mention none of that.
That's soft. Y'all are moving the
To have
goalposts.
the crowd say it instead of even him saying
That's
it.
fire.
Yeah.
But you have to play the song.
Yeah.
And you have to create that scenario where it's played. You could get sneaky about you not saying it, but the crowd says it. But you have to do that moment.
I don't want to see Kendrick doing.
been doing
Say
shots.
Drake. I heard you like him young. This is your moment. Like the Super Bowl is like the.
He got it.
Because rappers don't do it. Rappers
it's
don't
soft
get
if you don't do it. If you don't do it, you're just like the artsy little nerd that people think you are.
I don't think so.
If you want to be number one, hey.
He's already number
Michael
one.
Jackson plays his hits when he does it.
Listen,
Everybody who does it plays their hits. They don't not play the biggest song they've ever had in their career. And this is by far the biggest song he's ever had in his career. So nobody goes to the Super Bowl and doesn't play their biggest song. And if you don't, you're scared.
Facts.
Or
think so.
you're bowing to corporate interests. And if you're bowing to corporate interests, then now you can no longer be like, I'm the indie guy that's always slept on and nobody thinks
well,
about
he's
me.
not indie.
I think that there is some branding and marketing around it that he's definitely leaned into. So now that you have the opportunity for the corporations to tell you what to do, and you go, oh yes, of course, whatever you want, Pepsi, I'll make sure that I do that. Now you can't Now you can't criticize Drake for doing the same thing. If Drake is the bubblegum candy corporate rapper, and the second you get, everybody loves to criticize people for opportunities they don't have. Now that you have the opportunity to prove you the indie real guy and you don't do it, soft.
We never saw back to back on a big stage.
Yeah.
We never saw Drake go anywhere and perform back to back on a big stage.
That's not true. He was running that shit.
Never.
Yeah, he did it the OVO Fest. He did it.
No, he had plenty. He could have performed it at the NBA All-Star game. He didn't do it. He gave a little shot.
He's gonna retire.
Listen,
he gave a little shot to Meek when he was talking to Kev, and he was just like, "Yeah, Philly's had a rough month or a rough year or some shit like that." But he didn't perform it. I just don't think you should do a diss record on a big
Kendrick
stage
show
like that.
or Pepsi show? If it's Pepsi show, that's fine. And Pepsi want to tell you what songs you're allowed to perform,
Kendrick,
that's totally fine.
You don't gotta listen.
You don't have to listen.
I wouldn't do it.
You don't have to listen.
I don't think he should do it. I'm consistent. Before the lawsuit, I said he should do the horns and the hook. I just wouldn't be up there mentioning all them other people during my time like that.
Play the whole song. He's gonna play the hook,
especially in an era. Now, mind you, it ain't even really most all about Drake. It's everybody else that he mentions in the record.
Yo, imagine I went to Abu Dhabi and I didn't make fun of them at all. People think, oh, you scared? Oh, no, it's not the same, but I'm saying, they'd be like, oh, Schulz, you scared? You go to every other country, but when you go to that one where you could get arrested, now you pussy, you don't make fun of them. If they said that, I'd be like, man, you're right, you got a good criticism. I took the bag going over there, but then I didn't keep it consistent in what I do, 100%. So you either scared or you letting Pepsi tell you what songs you can or can't play, but either way, it's not authentic. That's the biggest song you've ever had on the biggest year you've ever had, and it's a slapper. He plays that shit, the whole place is gonna go fucking crazy.
Yeah, but he got about 5-6 other records that he can play that's gonna make me. I'm a Kendrick fan, so there's other records he can play that.
There's no question. Shit. He's a prolific artist. I'm not saying he's not a prolific artist with music that's phenomenal. I'm not saying that isn't the case. What I'm saying is that is by far the biggest song of his career. And this is his year, and he's doing it at the Super Bowl. If he doesn't do it, he either is scared or doing what Pepsi tells him or the NFL tells him.
Let's say this.
He's gonna do it.
But listen,
and that's okay. A lot of people get in those situations where they do that. They're not willing to fight for their art. That's fine.
There's nobody scarier, terrified, frightened than Aubrey Graham. I've been saying, Aubrey filed this lawsuit because he's scared to death Kendrick might perform this at the Super Bowl.
Even more reason to perform it.
I think he did this for 2 reasons. I think Aubrey filed that lawsuit because he wants to make the Grammys feel like, man, we can't reward this record, man. This record got, he's calling him a pedophile and he's getting sued over this record. We can't give him this record, even though Grammys, you can't avoid it.
If they don't give Kendrick the fucking Grammy.
He got to win it. It's rap song
for this. So it's not even close. It's like,
close.
Okay, let's just, I'm honestly trying to speak objectively here. It's the song of the year. The Grammys would do themselves a disservice to not reward the person who put out the song.
Not Like Us is one of the biggest songs ever.
That's my point.
I'm not even joking.
That's why you got to play it. That's why you got to play it.
Wait,
Come on,
you realize he already been taking shots at Drake too?
Horns in the hook.
No, it's the biggest song.
Horns in the hook.
You got to do it. You got to perform.
You got to do it. You could do this. You could say this. You go, say Drake, and then don't say anything. And the audience goes, I think you like him. Yeah. Now, it would be like, what I would look at it is this. I would look at, you had crazy corporate interests telling you can't do it. And you said, I'm going to play my song, but I won't say that word that the entire audience is going to say.
No, that ain't the part I would hit anyway, though. The part I would hit was trying to strike a chord, and it's probably
A minor. Yeah. But it got to be something. And because if you don't do it.
He's been taking shots already during his little teasers.
Who? What's the shot?
Kendrick.
What shots did he took?
The first one when he was like, there's only one
I think
one
Kendrick
winner,
moved on from Drake.
He probably did, but
like a long time ago. Drake is the one who hasn't moved on.
But he's still performing. He knows he got.
But he can't help that that's his biggest song. Yeah. So even if he moved on, we didn't. Your biggest song is tied to him.
GNX got records on there that I love. And this, Not Like Us is absolutely his biggest song ever.
That's what I'm saying.
Not Like Us is one of the biggest records ever. But I'd much rather see Squabble Up at the Super Bowl.
He's going to play that too.
Yeah.
You got to do Squabble Up at the Super Bowl.
Play the Broccoli song, but also you got to do the
Him
one.
and SZA going to do Luther. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man, I probably wouldn't do Luther.
It's kind of slow.
Kind of slow, right?
Yeah, he could make it.
Listen.
Y'all forgetting they could jazz it up.
The debate isn't whether he has amazing songs throughout his career. The debate is not whether he deserves it or not. He absolutely deserves it. So all these things are true. But if you don't play the biggest record you ever had, it's corporate interests.
I don't think so.
Influencing you. And Which is fine. We all get influenced by corporations.
You know why? Because there's records that I know he's going to perform that would piss off that crowd way more than Not Like Us. We gonna be all right when he's saying we hate Popo. Like that right there. I know they don't want him to perform that. I got and he did that at the last Super Bowl with Dr. Dre. And if I'm not mistaken, they bleeped out Popo.
Yeah.
When he says I hate Popo, they bleeped it out. That record right there is more risky to do than not. They don't care about him dissing no rapper, bro.
How important is your art to you, man? That's all. If you don't let Pepsi decide what you can or can't do, you work your whole life to create a career where you can write songs about whatever you want, the things that are important to you, and then Pepsi goes, yeah, but cut that shit out.
I don't think Pepsi told him that.
I don't think so either.
I don't think Pepsi told
I
him
think
that.
he's going to play the song. I can't fathom
But if he doesn't,
not
it's not
play
because the corporate told him not to.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I don't believe that.
Yes, it is. And it's okay to want corporate
Because
connections.
I wouldn't play. I'm not even joking. I wouldn't do it.
You might not, but I'm saying it's okay to want corporate connections. It's okay to want these relationships. It's okay to want to build your career in that way. Drake did a great job of doing it, but now you can no longer criticize Drake for being a corporate rapper the second you get a big corporate opportunity and the corporation tells you what you can or can't do, and then you acquiesce. That's all I'm saying.
Now Kendrick might do the song 4 times.
And if he did,
that would be fire.
I don't think so.
Oh my God!
Not to me, I really don't.
The pop out concert, he did it like
10 times.
that shit
the
was
pop out show. See,
dope
when I'm thinking,
every
here's the
single
thing.
time.
Son, if he did it
Kendrick
just
is-
that song, if he only did that song,
Fire.
son, the place gonna go crazy.
I like the fact that rappers are getting the opportunity to perform at Super Bowl halftime shows. And I like the fact that I can take these rappers' performances and compare them to all-time great Super Bowl halftime shows. Now, one of Dr. Dre's biggest records that we all love is Dre Day.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't do that at the Super Bowl. Why would he? It's a diss record, and that shit is fire. Bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay, death row, and that's just one of Dre's biggest records.
But it's not bigger than the other songs he
But
played.
no, I mean, Dre Day? Yes, it is. Dre Day's up there, bro.
But it's not bigger than the other songs he played.
But it's up there though. Like Dre Day's a classic Dr. Dre record.
When you think of
Him and
Dre,
Snoop.
you know what you want. You want the Chronic, bro. Let's run the Chronic.
That's the Chronic.
The biggest hits on the Chronic.
Dre Day was one of the biggest hits on it. That was the first single off the Chronic.
Let me bring out the Chronic.
Yes, it was Dre. The singles off the Chronic was Dre Day. Dre Day, nothing but it. No, Dre Day was first. Dre Day, nothing but a G thing. Let Me Ride. What was the other singles?
The Chronic, Dre Day is the first song. Let Me Ride.
Yeah.
The Day at Word I Can't Say took over.
You're rereading the track list.
Yeah, nothing but a G thing. Crazy. You got to
Crazy.
play that shit. It's not even a question. You have to do it. Bitches Ain't Shit. You should probably play that one.
That would have ripped. That would have went crazy at the Super Bowl. Crazy.
Rat Tat Tat.
Dre Day was a big record. All I'm simply saying is, if Kendrick doesn't perform the record, I don't think it's because of corporate interests. I just think that, why ruin this massive moment with that? That's just my.
Why do you think it ruins it?
I don't know. It just feels like it's like you sharing your moment. See, a lot of times, right? Like, would you diss a comedian on your Netflix special?
Never.
That's exactly. That's all I'm saying. Like, even if you had beef with a comedian in that moment, while you're doing your special, you're not gonna go out there and address.
But it depends. If the beef that I had with that comedian was the biggest beef in the history of comedy, I probably would have a joke about it, and then I would do it in my Netflix special.
Yeah, Chris
That's
Rock
the
did
problem.
Well, that's different though.
I'm just saying that is the difference. Like we're talking about the biggest beef in the history of rap music.
That's a good example Taylor used, but it's just different. Like Chris couldn't avoid that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's
yeah,
unavoidable.
Kendrick can't
It's the
avoid
same. It's unavoidable.
Now I'm gonna tell you why it's different.
Can I just validate what you're saying? Is I get Charlamagne's place where it's like a diss song features another rapper without them being on it, but they are tied to it no matter what. It just so happens that diss song is his most popular song that he's ever written. It doesn't mean it's his best. It doesn't mean that he hasn't created like tons of other amazing work. There's no question. But that is his most popular song.
Yeah.
And choosing to not play your most popular, most recognized song in the year that it came out at the biggest event that you'll ever that you have performed at so far in your career, there has to be some other thing going on here. And if there was a beef that I had with a comedian, it was the biggest beef in the history of comedy, and I had a fire bit about it, you better damn believe I'm putting that shit out. And I'm doing it on the biggest stage possible, and I'm letting it rip.
Yeah, I guess the difference between Chris Rock and Will is that we hadn't heard from Chris after the slap. That was the first time we heard from Chris since the Will Smith slap. We've heard from Kendrick. We know exactly how Kendrick feels about Drake. We've seen him perform this song at the Pop Out. We've heard Not Like Us all over the radio. I personally don't need it at the Super Bowl. And it comes a point in time where you have to, in the 48 Laws of Power, it's one of the 48 Laws of Power, never go past the mark you aim for in victory. He's won already.
Also, one of the 48 Laws of Power is destroy your enemy completely.
Yeah, but is that possible to do with somebody like Drake?
No, but having the entire world sing that at the same time is crazy. Like you said, it's the reason why Drake is suing. It's the reason why he's being so litigious. It's like he understands the brand ramifications of that.
So you want him to kill himself, is what you're saying?
No.
That's what it sounds like
I like Drake.
Yeah,
I like Drake.
But there's only one other place to go after you, Sue. Like he can't even be trans. Well, man, he can still be trans in Canada, right?
Yeah, you can. Okay, you got that.
Yeah, you might get changed.
For the time being.
Yeah, I'm saying, like there's what other drastic thing could you do after this? I don't know. You want to let's pay some bills and do some Asking Idiots.
Let's do it. Guys, this episode has been brought to you by ZocDoc. When was the last time you needed to go to a doctor, but you just pushed it off? That's every time with me. I'm going to be completely honest with you. You told yourself an excuse like, I'm too busy. I don't need to get to this. I think we've all been there. Booking a doctor appointment can just feel so daunting. But thanks to ZocDoc, there's no reason to delay. They make it so easy to find and book a doctor who's right for you. ZocDoc is a free app and a website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about booking in-network appointments with more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, primary care to urgent care, and more. You can filter for doctors who take your insurance, are located nearby, are a good fit for any medical need you may have, and are highly rated by verified patients. Once you find the right doctor, you can see their actual appointment openings, choose a time slot that works for you, and click to instantly book a visit. Appointments made through ZocDoc also happen fast, typically between 24 and 72 hours of booking. This is absolutely amazing. Like, this is an incredible invention right here. You can even score some same-day appointments. I'm telling you, do this. I implore you to use this. Just after going through any kind of health stuff, the annoyance of having to put this stuff together, it makes it so easy to push off, and pushing off your health is going to have diminishing returns. I promise you that. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments. Go to ZocDoc.com/idiots to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That is ZocDoc.com/idiots, ZocDoc.com/idiots. Now let's get back to the show. Guys, this episode has also been brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. Listen, I'm sure there's people listening right now. Their homes were destroyed. Their kids' schools were destroyed. Like, insane amount of property damage in LA. I've had plenty of friends who lost their childhood home, the home they're currently living. It's incredibly tragic. And it's been estimated that the damages so far totaling more than $250 billion. The loss of life is immeasurable. And the state and city are still in shock. There are claims that insurance companies canceled thousands of homeowners' fire policies in the months leading up to the fires. Now, here's the question that Morgan & Morgan asks, that we're asking. Were those cancellations legal? Could this catastrophe have been avoided? Was the city prepared? How will people recover all that their families have lost? Will insurance be able to cover the billions in damage? If the wildfires were caused by negligence, someone must be held responsible. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, has helped millions of families in their times of need, just like now. They were there for the PG&E wildfire and for the Maui wildfires, and now they are here again to help families that have been affected by the Los Angeles wildfires. So, if you or someone you know has lost a loved one, a home, a business property because of the California wildfire, you can check out Morgan & Morgan today. For more information, go to CaliWildfireLawsuit.com/idiots. That is Cali, C-A-L-I, wildfirelawsuit.com/idiots to learn more. This is a paid advertisement for Morgan & Morgan.
Let's do some Asking Idiots, Young Taylor gang.
Okay.
Young bun in the oven.
Just to let you know, they said that Trump canceled or stopped or unfroze the loans freeze or whatever he was doing. Just to give you a heads up.
Yeah, the judge stopped it yesterday.
What is that?
Yeah, they said the backlash.
What was that? The what?
The loan freeze or the federal loan freeze that he was doing.
I don't know what that is.
He was doing a federal aid freeze. He just rescinded it. I can see. Yeah, Trump rescinds federal funding freeze.
Yeah.
The Office of Management and Budget has rescinded its call for a pause on federal assistance, according to the agency's memo shared by Democracy Forward, which led a legal challenge over the effort. But the White House said that only the original memo calling for the freeze has been rescinded. Let's pay some bills. Let's do the Asking Idiots. STBNX.12 says, last time you had a feel-good moment unrelated to work or family. Fantastic fucking question, young man. When the last time you had a feel-good moment unrelated to work or family, Schulz?
When I was scrolling Instagram last night, just getting emotional at all these little videos. It was incredible. I got in a nice little wormhole and it made me feel all the right feels, a lot of gratitude, a lot of appreciation. Wanted to call my dad, just tell him I love him and appreciate him. Yeah, so this was a good positive reaction to social media. That was a good, beautiful, feel-good moment for me.
Yeah, I have these glimmers all the time. The glimmers are the opposite of triggers, right? So, every now and then, and not just every now and then, a lot of times throughout the day, I just feel very, very grateful. I just be like, thank you, God. It's just gratitude. It don't have nothing to do with nothing other than being alive. It don't got nothing to do with work, the wife, the kids. Eventually after you'll have that moment like, man, God, I'm just thankful to be alive. Thank you, God, happy to be alive. And then you'll start thinking about all the things that come with life, right? But for the most part, I'm just happy to be breathing. Like, that's it. And so I have those glimmers quite often. Because, boy, it's a lot of people that woke up dead today. You know what I'm saying? So I want to live this thing out. Like when you see things like, rest in peace, DJ Unk having a heart attack in his sleep at 42, no drugs or nothing involved. You know what I'm saying? It's like, God,
One of these videos I watched, this guy was interviewing this little kid who had cancer, and he's like, he asked something, and the kid goes, "Well, I'm happy that the guy gave me the cancer," and he goes, "What do you mean you're happy?" And he goes, well, yeah, because that way he didn't give cancer to Emma or Jacob, which are his brother and sister.
Wow. Wow. That is very powerful. But, man, I need some peas to go with the fraggle maggot that you are. Okay? God damn. I see why you touched. But give me some peas to go with that fraggle maggot, man. Jesus Christ. How when he does it to me, nobody says anything. Tell me. Okay? Okay. What else we got? This is a good one. Earthquake MMA. Schulz, would you rather America take over Canada or Mexico?
I think both. Canada's great. I fucking love Canada. But also I love Mexico. I think we just... Well, here's the thing. I love Canada. That's the thing. I got a lot of love for Canada. Canadians are amazing people. And then Mexico is just the best human beings on the planet. So I really think all three of us need to come together, and I think we have a beautiful North America, and it's just the United States of America. All of us come together. And why wouldn't they both want that? It'd be amazing.
I don't see the benefit of Canada or Mexico, or maybe Mexico, but I don't see the benefit of Canada being part of America. Why? Somebody have to give me a logical reason.
You make a good point, because it's like right now we have a relationship with Canada where, like, if there are people that are incredibly successful in Canada, we'll just let them come over to America and continue that success in America. And probably to a certain extent, Mexico as well. But so we don't really need to take over anything. And I don't know if they have like minerals or any of that kind of stuff. We're not in like a strategically poor situation. What?
Climate change.
What about it?
You don't want Mexico, you do want Canada.
For climate change.
There's a belief in some circles that all the southern countries and cultures those people are going to be forced to leave over the next 50 to 60 years and push upwards.
Because it's too hot.
It's too hot. So you're going to want all that Northern Canadian, which is going to be the equivalent of like Pennsylvania in 60 years. Now, if you have Mexico, now you have whatever the population is, and everybody south of them trying to head north.
You know Mexicans, Chris?
Do I?
Yeah.
I guess.
So I've seen Mexicans in 100-degree weather putting a roof on a house.
Oh, they're tough.
They're not afraid of global warming. The temperature would have to be 200 degrees Fahrenheit for them to even be like, man, we should go up north.
Give it a minute.
Nah, they not tripping. They not tripping.
Give
They
it a
not
minute.
tripping.
You know,
Also, Mexicans love Mexico. That's the other thing. It's like, it's not like they're coming here because they're like, oh man, I want to play baseball. There's financial opportunity here.
Sure.
But they love that shit.
It's probably, I've never been.
And Americans, we love Mexico too.
Yeah,
so
beautiful
think
country.
about
Beautiful
how,
country.
like,
Yeah.
I haven't been to Mexico. I've been to Cabo.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying? Like I can't.
Yeah, but that comes with it.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what the thing?
You gotta go to Mexico City. Mexico City is one of the greatest cities in the history of humanity. It's absolutely, it's like top-notch food, top-notch culture, top-notch dining. It's just incredible. It's like, go to Mexico City.
If America took over Canada, what would we get from Canada? What would Canada get from us? Because I'll take free healthcare.
Yeah, but they can't. They can barely give them their own people free healthcare.
They got it though.
Yeah, there's a lot of oil up there, so we could get some of that oil. Lots of land, like tons and tons of land that nobody's really at. And also their vibes. Canadians are vibes. They like to get after it.
Let's just leave shit the way it is, guys. That's fine. We don't need to take over any other country.
Yeah, but that's so un-American.
You know what I wanted to say to Chris? You said something just now. You was talking about how hot it's going to be in 60 years. Don't you think humans are going to adapt? You don't think our bodies are going to change and evolve and adapt over time?
It depends at what rate. Which moves faster?
White people are going to get melanin.
White people are going to have a problem. Yeah.
Then what?
Oh, you say we're going to get dark.
We're going to get melanin. We're going to get melaninated.
Nice.
And then what? Then what do we get to do?
Nice.
Shut up, man. Go to the Taylor.
I'm just saying, once we
Taylor.
got the melanin, there's really no stopping us.
Even when I lose...
What's that?
POC.
Exactly. We're people of color too once we get melaninated.
Ah, please.
I'm telling you, watch out. Have fun with the little words you can say for the next 20, 30 years. Once this global, why do you think white people want global warming so much? So we could get melaninated, so we could get that N-word back.
POC would just be pigment on crackers. Yeah. Listen, even when I lose, I win. Even when I lose, I win says, if they could pick each other's weaknesses while being a superhero, what would it be? Ooh.
If they could pick each other's weaknesses
while being a superhero, what would it be?
So what? Break it
If
down.
if we were superheroes and we could pick each other's weaknesses,
Oh, like
what
how
would
do
they
I
be?
attack you?
Yeah, what would it be?
Kindness. I would just be so nice to you and you wouldn't know what to do.
I don't. I really don't.
That's your kryptonite.
It is. No, it really is. I really don't. I'd be like, what the fuck? He trying to line me up? What the fuck you being so nice?
Exactly, man.
No, you're absolutely right. Mine would be, you know what I'm saying? Don't you think it would be fun? Like, that's the thing, right?
What?
Imagine.
We're not talking about you.
Do it then.
You got to do it to me then.
Hey, you want to
Yo,
win?
Charla,
Listen, time out. Do you
you
want to
try to tell
Do
us-
you
you've been
want to
trying to
save
tell
the
us
world or
something for
not?
10 years, bro.
But that's
So if you had to go up Thanos' ass to save the world, you wouldn't do it?
But you get to pick how you can save the world. Why are you picking that?
For the same reason they do it in prison. I'm gonna embarrass the fuck out of you. You come over here trying to fucking take our planet over?
But that's-
fuck you in the in front of all these universes.
You don't want to fuck him though.
I thought we talk about each
By the
other.
way,
Like, what
and
would you do? What's my weakness?
And by the way, nobody said I had to fuck him. I'm just saying
Yes.
that. No, I'm just saying.
But why is my weakness? You don't even know if I like it or not.
You wouldn't. That's my point.
I don't know. I might.
That's why it's
I
your
never
weakness.
tried it.
If he gets something up his,
Maybe I like
that's
it.
how you take him out.
Maybe I enjoy that. I don't know yet. I haven't tried it.
That's your weakness.
I'm picking the weakness though.
Yeah.
So I get to pick the weakness and say this is his weakness. So you got to go in his ass to take him out.
Yeah, you gotta go in his ass. to take
No,
him.
you just gotta get
gotta
in there.
defeat the
You gotta get in there and
superhero.
press the button. There's a button inside of that. No, it's like the G spot, right?
That's what
the
Diddy
shit what's the shit in American Pie?
It's his prostate.
Prostate.
Yeah.
Boom. So I gotta get in his ass, hit the prostate. Now, what was that? Remember on Endgame when they was like, why
This
didn't...
guy's
Is
crazy.
this what it feels like when you see white people with cornrows? You're like, why'd they have to take that from me?
No, man. Listen.
Is this what it feels like?
Your weakness is in your anus. I gotta get in your ass, hit your prostate. That's how I take you out.
So it's like Achilles' anus.
Yeah, Achilles' anus. That's the name of the podcast this week.
Achilles' anus is great.
Okay, can you imagine? Think about your favorite superhero. Forget shows. Think about Batman. Think about Captain America.
I don't want to see none of them getting that.
Imagine somebody trying to get in their ass to stop them. Ant-Man shrinks.
Then
Climbs up your
grows.
leg.
Then grows.
Climbs up your leg, gets in your cheeks,
God.
and then turns into bigger Hitman.
And Captain America clutching the shield.
Come on, man. But think about it, and then Captain America was like, that's America's ass. That's what they used to say, right?
That's
all right.
America's ass.
And that's how we get them. Let's do a couple more, Taylor.
The fact that
Why y'all ask us questions if y'all don't want the answers to? This is so crazy. And then when I give the answer, y'all judge them. Oh, this is a good one. James Dapper. James Dapper says, Canelo or Crawford? Who you got, Schulz?
Canelo.
It's at 168, I think it
Canelo,
is.
it's not even close. With all due respect to Crawford, it's Canelo. It's not even close.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I love Terrence Crawford. But see, here's my hesitation with this. Last time I bet against Terrence Crawford,
he showed you.
He made me look like a goddamn fool. You know what I'm saying?
Against Errol?
Oh my God. Because you got to think, I've been saying this, I've been talking about the Errol Spence Crawford fight for years. I've been telling people Errol going to beat Crawford for years. And when Crawford came to the Breakfast Club to promote the fight, and I told Bud, I'm like, I got to go with Earl. I think Earl going to do you dirty.
Yeah.
He beat the shit out of Earl. Salute to Earl. Love Earl. He came to the Breakfast Club the next week and sat in the throne that we had in there. What I'm gonna do? Tell Bud, get up. Like, no, you earned it.
You
okay.
did.
And even
You
if you
did.
didn't earn it, I'm not gonna tell you to get the fuck up. My point is, he didn't look the greatest at 154.
I think he's probably pound for pound the best, but I think he's stretching.
Come on, you're going up 3 weight classes.
Weight classes are there for a reason. Now, there's also part of me that's like, yo, Bud, make your money. I'm going to buy the fight. I'm going to watch the fight.
Get it.
Get all your fucking money.
Yes.
And I want Canelo to get his money. Like, I want these guys to make all the money in the world. But there are weight classes in boxing for a reason. If they were fighting at 147 and Canelo was a smaller guy, and who knows, maybe that's a different situation. My concern is I don't know if Bud can hurt Canelo at 168.
I don't think Canelo can hurt Bud, though. Just because Bud is a tough motherfucker.
No. There's no question he's tough. But Canelo has knocked out 175 pounders. Knocked them out. Clean out.
I'm with you. Right? You know, and
there's weight classes for a reason in boxing, man.
And when Bud fought at 154, his last fight, he didn't look as slick as he usually looks. I don't know if he can look as slick at 168.
Did he hurt the guy at 154?
No.
So it's like, if you're not hurting a 154-pound guy, I don't think you're hurting a guy who has fought at, I mean, hasn't Canelo fought at 175?
Yeah, Canelo fought,
Bivol? Wait,
Bevell?
no, Bivol was 168, right?
Hold on, no, he went up to like light heavyweight. Hold on.
I think at one point he did go up to light heavy.
Yeah, he was light heavyweight. Canelo fought at light heavyweight because the guy beat him.
Well, he lost to Bivol, but I thought Bivol was a 168 guy.
I'll tell you right now. He fought 2 fights at light heavyweight. He fought Kovalov in 2019.
Knocked him out.
And that was at 175. And then he fought, Bivol in 2022.
So
and that was for the super light heavyweight title. And Bivol, he won the fight on points. And listen, that was one of those fights that I watched, and I'm like, yo, Canelo is a bad motherfucker, bro. Because he not even supposed to be in there with somebody that big. Bro. And dude couldn't knock him out. It was a good little squabble.
And then Kovalev, who was absolutely crushing people. I don't know if you guys remember that. Like, he was on a tear, and then Canelo knocked him out.
11th round, yeah.
And
became the 4th division world champion after that.
Late in a fight.
Yeah.
Listen, a lot of people got knockout power for the first few rounds. Knocked them out late in the fight, coming up to 175.
175. That's what I'm saying, man. I love Bud. Bud is a beast. And I think it'll be a pretty decent squabble. I just don't think he can beat Canelo at 160.
No, yeah. This is no criticism of Bud. Like, Bud is one of my favorite fighters. He's unbelievable. Truly unbelievable. Yeah. What he did to Errol, I mean, was mind-boggling. Like, and this guy's been an underdog his entire life. There's no question that he believes he can do it. But I am a boxing fan since before I could walk. There are weight divisions for a reason.
But I do hear that Bud walks around at like 170.
Great.
You know what I'm saying? He walks around at like 170.
Great.
So, but I don't know. I got Canelo, but Bud has definitely proved me wrong before. Bud's a tough motherfucker. He's one of the best to ever do it. I don't know.
Absolutely.
But I'm still picking Canelo. Ed Fluffies, would you ever do an action comedy movie together? Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna cook some stuff up.
I want to do a parody of Training Day.
But
I haven't thought of it past that. But I just want to do a parody of Training Day. I think that'd be hilarious.
All right.
You know? Let's do one more, Taylor. Pick a good one, man. No. Let's see. Anything else? Juan Carlos says, who'd be the first one deported from the Brilliant Idiots crew? Easy call.
Chris.
That's it. Hey, come on.
He should be gone already.
And it's not because we want him gone.
You got 2 little anchor babies. Think that's gonna keep you? Nah. You going home, Chris?
And it's
Chris,
not,
you going
we don't
home?
want him gone. We just have our suspicions. Could be a
Exactly.
Chinese spy. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know.
I saw him blowing up them balloons.
You see what I'm saying? I don't know.
Remember when he came here all out of breath? He blamed it on Lyme disease.
Yeah.
He was outside blowing up those spy balloons, bro.
We're going to lose Alex soon.
Al?
Nah, I'm good here.
Al?
I'm good here.
You not lying about being Puerto Rican?
I'm friends with Derek Jeter. I'm good.
No. It ain't about being Puerto Rican. It's when he marries his girlfriend.
Oh.
If she go, you got to go with her.
Facts.
I don't know.
Don't fuck up the election for us. If you no. If you a girl gets deported, you gotta go with her, Alex.
We can do long distance. I can face.
Yeah,
this guy's crazy.
All right.
This guy's
Jesus
crazy.
Christ.
I love you, man.
Who? Me?
No, I got to make sure. In case she listening.
Say it in her native tongue.
But she gotta
Me
go.
more.
It's Te Amo.
Te amo, babe. All right. Listen, as always. Oh no, let's end on. You want to end on this one? This is a good one.
Let's do it.
Justin FM 83. Who are standouts for leadership of both parties for the next election? I'm assuming he's talking about presidential election. Since we are the 2 greatest political minds of a generation, this is a great question. You want in on this, Chris?
Yeah, I don't know if I have an answer, but I mean, I've the clip you sent me with AOC and Jon Stewart. I like what she was saying. I don't think she's a viable presidential candidate, but I like her energy.
Fantastic pod Jon Stewart and AOC did together. Fantastic.
I gotta go listen.
Who do you think? Who are some standouts for leadership of both parties for the next election? Because both of them, Democrats definitely need new leadership.
I think Vance is in a good position.
Vance is in a good position unless Trump decides to do another term.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to learn more about Vance. I don't know.
But he's young. I never realized how young he is.
It's not going to matter who the leader of the Republican Party is because it's going to be an ideology that's been set. If they do things like I think they're going to do, like get rid of the filibuster and pass all the legislation that they want, it's going to take a generation to change that shit. So it's not even going to matter who the leader is.
But now we're back in the same problem that we were at with the Democrats, where it becomes an ideology and then the characters within it or the players within it can't actually present their ideas if they go against the ideology. But
that's the Republican way now.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I don't want that. Like, I'm fine with Trump coming in, shaking things up, doing things differently. But then the next person has to have their own opinions and have to have their own beliefs.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
but that's not happening.
Yeah,
not in the era.
Well,
man.
hopefully Americans vote for that.
If we have a free and fair election, like we all are really having some. Y'all are really talking like we still in the same old normal America. Democrat leadership.
Yeah, what do you think?
Okay, there's 2 ways to answer this question. I feel like we don't need any of the current establishment Democrats doing the same old Democrat shit. I don't think that will connect with people at all. I think that Barack Obama was the Steph Curry of Democratic politics, meaning that he came in and shot from the logo, changed the way everybody plays, and everybody's tried to play like him, but they're not him. And it's
So Trae Young's not going to work.
Trae Young ain't gonna work. And I Trae Young, good players, but they not Steph Curry.
It's got to be somebody from outside the party.
It's got to be somebody that changes the party like Bill Clinton changed the party, like Obama came along and changed the party. Now, do I think that they have some good guys? Yes, and I think Josh Shapiro is fantastic. I like Governor Josh Shapiro in Pennsylvania. I like Governor Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan. I don't know if they'll put a woman at the top of the ticket anytime soon. I don't think that's going to happen.
I think
those really my 2.
I think a star needs to emerge. I think they'll come from outside the party.
It got to come from outside the party.
I like Wes Moore. He's dope.
I like Wes. I like Wes. Wes is my guy. I do like Wes. I like Wes as a person, and I do like what he's doing in Maryland. But once again, somebody has to break the establishment Democrat mold.
Yep.
You can't do the same old shit that Democrats have been doing since 2008. I'm telling you, Barack Obama was the best and worst thing to happen to the Democratic Party. Best and worst thing.
Yeah. That's an interesting point.
It's a bar.
He is the best because he was so incredibly skilled, but he set a standard.
He set a standard. And by the way, don't think Republicans aren't going to be in this same boat when Trump decides he doesn't want to be doing it anymore.
Well, it depends if you have the muscle. That's the thing.
What do you mean?
Muscle this dick in your mouth.
As always. If you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. But if you think we're just a couple of idiots who don't know shit, you're right too. It's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening.